Well, just keep talking. Do you?
I've seen it before.
The thing fell out.
That's nothing.
Is it
Yeah,
supposed to look
we
towards
definitely
you
have
or
seen
towards
you.
us?
He said 2. He's counting down 2, 1. Okay. Tell me when to go live.
Oh, we can't see
Coordinate
us.
like that too. We on the camera matching.
I guess not.
I don't know why she got it turned that way.
Did it count down already?
Yeah.
So we live?
Oh, it's YouTube.
Oh, hey, we live on YouTube. Hey, y'all. So we just over here having a good time. Thanks for tuning in to Let's Talk About It with Xavier Fox. And today we have one of my favorite shows, and we got drinks, okay? So this is Girl Talk Plus One, and we have our plus one today. But co-host Paige, you went on vacation.
I did. I just got back from Vegas. Won a little money here and there.
Did you win some money?
I won a little bit.
So
I
we
didn't
going
play
to
much.
lunch?
Yep, I'm going to lunch. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, we going to lunch.
Okay, well, we always, I'm Xavier, the host, and this is co-host Paige. But we like to introduce our guests, so go ahead and get them to do their thing.
All right. I love plus one. I love plus one because I ain't got to come up with nothing. So I love plus one. Tonight we got JB. He is our plus one, and we have our beautiful guest of women who are going to give it to him. Anyway, they come with personality. They come with fire. They come with being opinionated. So yeah, it's going to be an exciting show. And
So everybody introduce yourselves and tell us a little bit about you.
Go ahead, baby.
He said
ladies first.
Ladies first.
I am an activist. My name is Just Becca. I help to change 14 laws in the state of Wisconsin, 7 policies in the county of Milwaukee for the police department, and 8 policies across the nation. And I help to develop a website called prisonpolicy.org by collecting data about prison policies that don't suit us.
Okay.
Just Becca.
My name is Katie. I'm a registered nurse, and I'm also like a content creator, social media influencer. I do videos about nursing, but I also do videos on like makeup, beauty, fashion, stuff like that.
All right, so all of your listeners is out there can wave to them, say hey.
Yes, hey y'all, what's up? Come buy some scrubs.
Might have get something for my daughter for you.
And last but not least, our plus one.
All right, thank you, ladies, for having me. I'm JB Fresh, community activist, event host, DJ, also educator. Right now, I'm working on an initiative for Milwaukee Public Schools called Dads on Duty, where we're trying to engage more fathers into the schools. There's a huge discrepancy in women in education, so we're trying to use more men to level the playing field and provide better male socialization for our students.
All right. We have some very positive people on the board here. On the panel, come on the board. I went to a nonprofit meeting last night. All I heard was the board. So now I think we got a board. Anyway, so we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm really anxious. Come on with it. Bring number one.
All right, so see you ladies are dressed fairly well today. In most cases, whether you're in a relationship or dating, should a man be concerned about what his woman wears?
All right, let's throw that down to Becca. Go ahead, Becca.
Yeah. Let's throw the curveball to Becca.
Let's say what you want. I think when you love somebody, whatever keep them in that happy space and keep you on that cloud 9, you just go with it.
What does that mean?
That means that whatever it is that you present to this man, you always want to impress him.
Okay.
So you wear what you think is impressive to him when you with him, if you love him. You love somebody, you want to touch somebody, But also, he gonna love whatever it is that you wear, cause he just gonna love being around you. It really ain't gonna be too big of a deal when y'all genuine for real. And if he do have a problem with it, take me shopping.
That's a good. But then,
Cause I'm definitely gonna go with that plan. You feel me?
All right, hope he get you some overalls.
Overalls is great. I happen to like overalls. What kind we talking about? Can I wear a tanky underneath? You
Yes,
know, like
overalls
we
can
gonna
be
make this
sexy
work
too.
out.
Yeah,
Are they on
exactly.
sale? What, you know,
Exactly.
are those
Exactly.
velvet? You do all that.
all right, Katie. So if you out, you dress to go out, and your dude be like, "You are not wearing that. Go change."
I'm actually pretty like blessed in that area because I do have a boyfriend, but he really don't care. Like he's not. I feel like you knew who I was when you met me. You seen all my cute little pictures on Instagram. You seen how, not that I go outside just like naked or nothing like that, but like you saw what I was about. You thought I was cute, so like I don't like when people get with somebody then try to make them change what they had going on before.
Is that how you see
Because
it?
obviously something attracted you. Like you didn't care about it before you got with the person, knowing that you was about to try to get with the person. So why get with them and then be like, I don't like when you wear stuff like that.
Well, to an extent, that's fair, but like you usually typically wear outfits to show skin, to show attractiveness, to attract what you're looking for. But once you got that already, do you still
No.
need to lay the honey out?
With certain stuff, yes, I do get that viewpoint. And yes, obviously, if you gotta, you can't be like overdoing it. But like in a certain sense, let's say it's hot outside. You think I'm supposed to go outside in a long sleeve and some pants and no, you know, I'm probably gonna have on some shorts. They might be a little cheeky. I might have on a crop top, belly button out, you know. So it's like certain things you gotta kind of give and take. But if it do make your partner uncomfortable, you should try to, you know. Don't do them
tone it
bogus.
down.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
they should never be like your parent. Like, no, take that
Yeah,
off.
yeah.
Like, no,
Right.
who you talk to? I'm
Yeah.
crying.
Right.
I feel like I agree with you in the sense that when you met that person, that's what probably caught their attention, right? And so even when you guys are dating, you're still dressing very similar to the same way he met you. And my guy likes that kind of stuff, you know. But I'm not going out, especially, I'm not going out halfway, like stuff I'm not going to be comfortable in. So I think it also depends on the individuals as well, because I feel like I represent him, he represents me. And so I'm not gonna go doing something that I feel is disrespectful or makes him look a certain way, or even amongst his boys, like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just not gonna do that. So, but I don't want you telling me what to wear. I'm just gonna be honest, because I'm old enough to know what fits my body, what don't fit my body, what looks crazy, and what I don't feel comfortable in. I seen people in some stuff that I'm like, that's a little questionable, right? But that's their relationship and that's how they do it. But for me, I'm gonna be respectful. And if he says, "Babe, you really wearing that?" And I'm like, you need to tell me what's wrong with it, right? Like, if you go, and I want you to be honest. If I look fat ass, if I look like, you know, stuff is hanging out everywhere, that's what I want to be the catalyst for you telling me not to wear it versus you know, I'm just showing
You look
what's
too
there.
good. You look too good.
Yeah.
Now, Ms. Pags, at what point is it okay for a man to tell you if he's not okay with something that you are wearing?
So, give you an example. One time, my guy was like, "Babe, you wearing that?" And I did get in my feelings like, "What you mean? Am I wearing?" You know,
What was the outfit? Was it some wedges?
No,
or
no.
what?
He was like, "Wonder why you're not wearing this, right?" Like, but this is what I wanted to wear, and so I'm thinking like, Ninja, I wore this before with you, like, so why we got a problem with it? You know what I'm saying? But it was more so, it was something else he thought I should probably look better in and that I should wear. So, but I did take offense, like, ain't nobody gonna tell me how to dress because I'm grown, right? And I'm not gonna disrespect myself. And so he makes this joke still to this day. Yeah, I remember just saying, "Hey, babe, why are you wearing that?" And I get probably lost it or something, you know.
So I have been over the years. I have definitely been that girl that had on the mini skirt and all of that stuff, you know. Fortunately, the guys that I dated, that's what they liked, you know. And so I can't remember not one time somebody telling me to change clothes, but they probably didn't think that would be a good idea anyway. I have, I'm a Leo, so I have a little dominant personality, so they probably didn't think that was going to be a good idea anyway. But I've never had anybody tell me tell me to change clothes. But my thing is, so when you ask that question, to me, the men that are checking you on what you got on, like she said, you met the woman a certain way, and so now you want to change her. So is that a little bit of a controlling personality? Is that something women should look out for and maybe veer away from? Because if I had on a miniskirt when you met me and now you got a problem with my miniskirt, you got the problem. I'm not gonna have a problem. You gonna have a problem.
Do you have the problem because she no longer looks good in a miniskirt, or do you have the problem because now she your woman and she wearing a miniskirt?
So for me, I necessarily don't have a problem with that at all. And actually, in my dating experience, I've had the adverse situation where I had to tell the woman I was dating she needed to step it up a little bit more and be a little bit more sexier, things of that nature. And that change was a little bit painful for her because she was getting out of her comfort zone. But it's not about change, but with change comes evolution. So if you want to be around me and you want to be in these different places, things of that nature, I carry myself a certain way, and then based on what I do, I have to keep myself image. I can't be JB Fresh and be bummy and musty out there, right?
And they JB Buster.
Right. And then,
women have those kind of things, because I don't like.
But a woman can also bring the value of a man down, because I'm sure we've all been places and be like, damn, what you doing with her? You know what I'm saying?
And it's the same thing on the other hand. Like I said, when I tell people all the time, I don't want no dude that's always got on a baseball cap. I can't stand no dude that's always wearing gym shoes. Like, you don't own like real shoes. Gym shoes are for the gym or playing basketball or something. But when you going out somewhere, put on some real shoes, put on something other than jeans or jogging pants, but women get flack when we say that. So, but
you sure?
I'm positive of it because that's what I tell people. I got.
So that's another thing too. So if you have to tell a man that, then that could be the type of man that you attracting or entertaining that you got to tell. And I have to learn that for myself. It's just like, okay, why would I want to keep dealing with women that I got to try to put together when I could just go attract a different type of woman that's already, you know what I'm saying,
exactly.
At least close to where we at.
I agree with you 100%. But then, in certain areas, I did tell you I lived in 7 different cities and 6 different states. So in certain areas, you run into the baseball cap, gym shoe wearing people more than you do in others. Like in New York, you're going to run into some brothers that's dressed. In Atlanta, you're going to run into Chicago. Milwaukee, run into a whole lot more baseball caps and gym shoes here. So it's like harder to, and I'm not trying to change nobody, because
People have to change. People have to change.
I don't care if you got to change. You're going to do it on your time.
You don't have to.
I don't. See,
you can't force nobody.
But
you
I'm
can't
not trying
force.
to change nobody.
It's going to be forced upon them then, if that's the case.
They just
Or they just find somebody that accept them, or a girl that wears gym shoes all the time.
Exactly.
How you talk to somebody can completely change how they view themselves. A woman is a mirror for a man. And whatever you keep feeding me as my mirror is what I'm going to begin to see. You telling this woman every day she beautiful, ooh, you sexy, baby. Ooh, you fine. You look good. You beautiful. You know what I'm saying? That's what she gonna give you.
But if you rely on outside sources to build you, then those outside sources can also destroy you.
But sometimes you need another person to grow. Sometimes you do need a partner, a teammate to grow. Sometimes her perspective and what she see, even just like working together, she can see things from a different perspective because she has the experience of a nurse. I don't have nursing experience.
You do need other people
So I have
to grow,
a different
sure.
perspective. So as we walk together, if I'm constantly like, oh, I like this about you, or this is very valuable, this is something I see about y'all, you know what I'm saying? Like, and they constantly building you up, and you receiving that as genuine love, you gonna evolve into something else. And I think that it's made to be, there's a component of a man and a component of a woman that's meant to be together and meant to grow together. So if you giving me what I need in the mirror, that's what you're gonna see in front of your face as a reflection.
So my guy will hype me up so bad that if my feet ain't planted, sky's the limit. Sometimes I have to be like, babe, I need reality. Like and I had to realize how he sees me and what he sees in me. When I'm looking in that mirror and I put on 10 pounds, it ain't the same thing, right? So I want, like, I'm not that person who you can't tell, babe, you know, I know how you are. You know, you got a little vanity. You might want to hit the gym a little bit better. Let's go to gym together. Versus, babe, you still look good. I don't want to really hear you still look good. I want to hear how we gonna get this back to.
Do you know how dangerous that is for a man?
You gotta know who you're dealing
You
with.
better tell me I still look good, and we better go to the gym all
See,
the
look,
same
better.
time.
But this is the thing. He does. But there are times when I'm like,
Pour another
Yes,
one.
there are times when I'm just like, is he like, what is he seeing that I'm not seeing? Because I already know. Like, I'm a realist. Like, I'm gonna tell my friends the truth, and I want the truth to be told to me. I'm not that person who, you know, placate me. No, come.
Not
with
every
the real.
woman is insecure in themselves or have the fortitude to be able to be quiet for 5 minutes enough to listen to that.
That's true. But for me, it's so important. Like in my relationships, be it Becca, be it X, you know, even when you come in, you know, I need like the truth. Like I don't want you to placate me. I don't want you to be like, Paige. If I see something wrong with you, I'm gonna be like, babe, like we need to go.
You
Let's
want
go.
their truth or your truth? Let's see.
I want the truth. I want the truth. And then
Everybody's truth is different.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
trying to
yeah,
tell
that's
you.
true. Everybody's truth is different, but sometimes there's truth that's truth.
Wait, look, because on my Facebook page, now you know how long we've been on Facebook. So my followers, I have a group of men that like me smaller, and I have a group of men that like me thicker. And so when I post a picture when I'm smaller, I know that these names are gonna pop up.
Yeah, because that's what they like.
And then when I get a little bit thicker, then I know that these names are
'Cause they
gonna
love
pop
you,
up.
don't they?
You know, so everybody's truth really is different. The way people see you is definitely different. And then I like myself at a certain spot.
So
You know, so
she
you
likes
gotta
me.
like-
She likes me bigger. Like, well, that's because she saw me when I had lost so much weight. I didn't even
wow.
like myself. You know, I was like, who the hell is that? But
But she gave me all her clothes. So that was good.
yeah, I was like, here, take it, please. I can't use it. But for me, I just want the person that I'm with. Like, I just really want your honesty, and because I want to be able to be honest with you too, babe. You know, we gonna hit the gym. You know, like.
But what if he just honestly think you fine? And you
Yeah,
don't-
and that's fine. But and that's fine because seriously, sometimes my guys' friends have to be like, she ain't all that. Like seriously, because he go on about me.
He always thought she was fine.
Oh, like he go on about me.
That's
so
fortunate for you.
he go on about me so much that I can't feel bad about myself if I wanted to because he hypes me
I
up.
love that reality.
You know, he hypes me up.
Cheers to his reality.
Cheers.
Cheers on that. On him gassing you.
Man, he gassed me so much. You know, even we were
Listen,
just in
when
Vegas.
she's with him, so they was on vacation and we do the Marco Polo thing, and so they walking down the strip and stuff, and I know how he is with her because I was around from the beginning, and she has a whole different aura about her. So she walking down the street with her shades on, she's like, yes, and I'm like, oh, he just been telling her that she fine all night, boy, because she just like, I'm like, girl, don't wear shades inside.
I'm like, we were
It's
coming
Vegas,
out.
though.
They think you
Yeah,
hot.
exactly.
It's Vegas though. It's
And
Vegas though.
then
Everything has to be studied in Vegas.
we were
But
coming-
she fine.
we was getting
It's
ready
right to the
to-
casino. Yeah, everything is studied. Yeah, everything is studied
And
in the
she's like,
casino.
who people gonna think you all that? Like,
It's
who are
Vegas,
you?
everybody
I'm
all
like, dude.
I think you're doing shrooms in the room.
Are we gonna brush rolls? I'm
I don't know
sorry.
nothing about shrooms.
I didn't know it was that type of show.
Yeah, but you know, I am blessed to have somebody who hypes me up and things like that. And I try to do that to him as well. But I also want the reality, like, you know. But he hyped me up. We worked out and stuff. He's like, hey, you know, I see you working out and stuff. I was like, okay, good, thank you.
I think sometimes when you, if you depend on somebody else's reality of you, it can often make you lose yourself, though. You know, because then you become who they see you as or want you to be versus who you really are. And to me,
How long did it take for you to realize that?
it probably a few years ago. But and then that is why when I talk to young girls, you know, that are in their teens and just started today, because I've been in relationships all my life, and so that was a bad thing because I started being in a relationship when I was 15. And so when you're in a relationship, you, especially because I'm old school, you know, you tend to cater to your man, and you become pretty much what he needs and what he wants you to be. And so at the age of 15, I had yet to figure out who the hell I was first. So I always advise young girls, because they, you know, society will push on women especially that you need to be in a relationship. You know, they push on y'all that you need to get as many women as possible. But they push on
where they do that at?
Everywhere.
But then they push
I have
on
a
us.
son. I never did that with my
Well, that's
son.
good, and don't do that. But still,
But it
I
is a
think-
numbers game, though.
I think any young person should first. I think dating is important. Dating, multi-dating, for men and women.
100%.
Because first you need to figure out who the hell you are, what you actually really like before you get in a relationship with somebody. So I was in a relationship from 15 to 19, and then one day I woke up and realized that my personality is I'm motivated. I always want more. You know, I have dreams, vision, and plans, and all of that kind of stuff. And I realized I was with a person that was content. You know, his parents taught him to be content with what he had. You know, now he did okay in life. He became a police officer and all that kind of stuff. But we're still the best of friends. We have a kid together, you know, and all that kind of good stuff. But there was so much difference in who we were. But we got together. I was 15. He was 17. You know, and so as we grew, we really grew apart because neither one of us really actually knew who we were. But he was more of who because he's still kind of the same person that he was before. And I'm the person that I was, but I didn't know. I was only 15. You know, you got girls getting in relationships at 15. You got girls getting married at 19 and 20 years old.
For real?
You don't have a clue who the hell you are.
Where they still doing that at?
It happens all over the place.
Oh, okay.
It happens all over the place. And whenever I hear of a young girl getting married, so in a way, if it works right, they can grow together and build together because you're getting together when neither one of you have anything. You know, so it ain't about who gonna pay this bill, who gonna pay that bill, we gonna go half. Because you go half anyway, because when you get a job, y'all trying to get something together. You know, when you get older, then you've established what you got and they've established what they got, and then don't nobody want to lose nothing because everybody just got a little bit of something anyway. You know, if you're a millionaire, then you really don't care about that kind of stuff. But anyway, so on one side, it's good to get together young if that's the right person, but that's like what is that, finding a needle in the haystack? That's like a shooting craps in the dark. You don't know, it's a hit or miss because you don't know who you are. So how can you choose somebody that's right for you and you don't even know who the heck you are?
I agree with you
And
on
then you come
that.
up and tell me to change clothes.
I agree with you on that, and this is the one thing that I do feel bad for women is that, and that's kind of what I alluded to by it being a numbers game. Even just in this space where we are today, I got 2 degrees. There was less black men who graduated with me from high school, and even less graduated with me at my master's degree. So of course, you know, the upper level as you go in education and status and things of that nature, the less of it becomes. But what times are now, there are more women that are now up there, things of that nature, and women tend to not want to, we can cuss, right? They don't want to fuck down, you know what I'm saying, currently within a particular point in life, you know what I'm saying? So now the numbers start to dwindle for them and their options start to get smaller. You know, now
Unless they date out of the race.
date out of your race or date out of your age range.
Or date out of your age range.
So those are different things that women have to go through and experience now. So I do feel women on that, but like a man like me, I didn't ever have the pressure to get married because I knew that I still, as long as I kept myself up, as long as I took care of my kids, as long as I got my money and my business together and stay healthy, my range extrapolates more than some of my counterparts who didn't have the same options as me, just off level of education alone, just off not being on child support or, you know, not being in child support debt, by having a driver's license, having my front teeth, you know what I'm saying? Little things like, no, our city is missing a lot of teeth out here.
BMW, black man working and or having a business,
So,
like
you know,
that. Yeah.
his brothers is DL, his brothers in jail, you know, it's just brothers that's not motivated or things of that nature. And, you know, so it's just, you know, and she work in a space where, you know, the prison population is different. So there's various discrepancies against the black man. So when it comes to meeting women like you guys, and fortunate enough to, what, two of you guys got relationships, you single or single?
single.
I think there's three of us.
Okay, so look.
I'm the only single one over here.
Okay, so look at the numbers there.
But I've been in a relationship.
Hey, hold on
forever,
to y'all
so-
dudes, okay?
You better hold on to me.
It's rough. No, he got
You better hold
options.
on
It's
to
rough
me.
in these
I
streets.
got options.
See, there we
You
go.
have options. as
Everybody
well.
got options.
Okay.
It's 7 billion
There's
people on the earth.
I'm glad
It's
you said
options.
that because that leads into my next question.
Options.
All right, well, let me see how close we are to the end over here. Okay, we got like 10 more minutes, but if we want to wrap this segment up because you want to go on to your next question about
It's a good segue.
Well, we take a break in between
Okay.
so that we can divide this up because, you know, this turns into 4 shows, but you guys get to see it live. So I guess we are going to wrap up this question, and maybe we'll give the next question an extra 10 more minutes. So we'll be back in 2 and 2. All right.
Oh, no, that's good. Yeah, that's good. Exactly.
Okay, and Paige, you're sitting, I can't see no.
Okay. If we're going
well,
to build
first
this
I was
thing,
like
let's do
this,
it right.
looking this way, and then I said, maybe I have to do it right.
If we're going to build this
You
thing,
could be looking.
let's build it
You
right.
got a lot of hair
I'm
too, so I gotta
thinking
And I'm just seeing the back of her head. That's all I'm saying.
dedicated
I'm trying
to
hear
black
about
artists.
That was cool.
artists.
That was
Dedicated to
good.
black
That was
independent
good.
artists.
So anybody?
Independent artists.
I like that, but let's make it free for her.
How about a channel dedicated to black artists?
How about a channel dedicated to black authors?
Okay.
Wait a minute.
Okay, what we doing?
It has to stream on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire TV.
I like that, but let's make it free for her.
A Black Children's Learning Channel.
A Black Children's Learning Channel.
What should we call it? What should we call it?
ExplorersTV.com.
And let's not forget about black women. And let's not forget about black women.
And
You always have
can't forget about black women.
This is exciting.
I like that, but let's make it free for her.
This is exciting.
What about original content?
ExplorersTV.com.
Funny.
Wait a minute. It has to stream on Apple TV,
So
Apple
that's what y'all
TV.
doing Sunday.
Roku,
On Roku
and Amazon Fire TV.
and Amazon TV.
I like that, but let's make it free for
said a
her.
month.
A travel blog would be really nice too.
And you have to cover black
It's just an
What
expression.
about original content?
a black children's learning
Do
channel.
they have comments
This.
or questions?
They watching you?
It's
Yeah,
exciting.
they
Your
text
son?
me.
What should we
No,
call
my
it?
bros, my son.
If
ExplorersTV.com.
there's any comments or questions, make
TV.
sure
Y'all
they
crazy.
Yeah,
I
he's
know
right.
it has to
That's
tell
the
me, you know, people like
That was my whole
And
life.
what to do in Black America.
where to go and what to do in Black America.
Okay, good. We got folks commenting. That's good.
Hold up. How many channels is
That
that?
is good. Good. Oh, I see you
Explore
decided
us
to
TV.
girl.
I like
That's the
that,
promise.
but let's make it
I'm
free for
not
her.
engaged, not married.
Let's make it free
Promises to.
for a whole week.
Act right.
I was gonna say, do right.
Oh, look at you, Nitty.
Gorgeous.
Her that smile.
Y'all know her T-Fay?
What?
Play.
All right, it looks like we're back. We've been over here just laughing at some of the things that came out. We are about to get on to our topic number 2. And somehow I think this is going to become a hot topic. I can't wait till one of us hits the table. This might be the one. All right, so you said that was a great segue.
Yes, ma'am.
So what's next?
All right, so Miss Katie up here talked about a lot of options, right? So what does it mean when a woman does says that she does have a lot of dudes trying to talk to her, but she's only with you? Is that really an insult when you say that?
That is a great because me and my boyfriend both. So how you just said men got options, I said we got options. Me and my boyfriend say that to each other back and forth all the time, but in a healthy way. I think it really reminds us both that we are both great people because my boyfriend is a great. If me and him broke up, I'm sure it would be plenty of women outside trying to talk to me. He's tall, dark, handsome. If you're watching this, I love you back. Tall, dark, handsome. He's an entrepreneur, got his own business, got his own car. He got his front teeth. His line is still there, full head of hair. He's gorgeous. So it's like, yeah, I'm sure people would be trying to talk to you, but do you not think they will be trying to talk to me too? So I don't believe in staying with, like how you said, hold on to your man. Not saying I don't believe in staying with somebody.
I didn't say that, but go ahead.
No, you did. You said hold on to your man. And I said you better hold on to me.
Yeah.
I'm saying I don't believe in holding on to your man just because you got one. If it's not working for you, don't just stay with somebody because you don't think you can get somebody else.
Yeah, I'm with you.
So many people in the world. Literally, so many people in the world. You might end up with a girl. You never know. Or me. You know,
I'm
you
always
never
end up with a girl.
Okay, yeah. I'm just saying, like,
I'm always end up with a girl.
it's so many people in the world. I mean, for me, but I'm just saying, like, it's so many people in the world. You just, like, no. Don't just stay with somebody just because you got somebody. So, yes, I think everybody has options.
Okay.
Everybody don't necessarily have options. So I have options. I don't like most of my options is my issue.
There we go.
So there's that.
Those women.
There we go.
You know, there's that. But, you know, when you get into the statistics, and, you know, my dad was a debater, and he always told me to bring the facts, don't put my feelings in it, right? So when you look at the facts are that there's about 10 million and something more women than there are men. So there is actually not necessarily somebody for everybody. Then you got a lot of our men locked up. And you got a lot of our men that are now women. And then you got a lot of our men that, you know, just like other men, they think your man fine too, girl. But
Ain't gonna get him.
he got options. So he got plenty of options.
Just how he said, he gonna always get a woman.
So, you know, the thing is we do have options, but the word option is highly overused and misused.
True.
Because you can...
For who?
Everybody. Because all the options of women that you have, you don't like all of them. Because some of them are not your type.
I'm gonna explain the difference in that. But go ahead.
I want you to go ahead.
And some of them you gotta build up.
Some of them are not your type. Some of them you gotta build up. They don't dress right.
And just because
they
you like
missing their front teeth,
don't mean they like you.
They weave, wig, or whatever is crooked. So all your options are not options that you prefer. So if it's not an option that you choose, then it's like not having an option.
I just know I have more options than you.
No, you don't know that.
So my dating range right now could be anywhere between 25 and 55 by me being in my early 40s right now.
And my dating range is anywhere from 25 to 60 something.
Okay.
Because there's still young boys out there pulling up on the side. Can I take you to lunch? Can I take you to
So what
lunch?
does that look like in that dynamic for you?
They're not an option that I want though. That's what I'm saying.
So that's what I'm talking about.
So your option is 25 to...
Yeah, but see, I could meet a 25-year-old that's in college, already got her stuff together. I'm not having kids. She may already have a child and things of that nature already, and I could still move on forward in my life. Or I could meet an established woman like yourself who's not into that, who's ready to start traveling the world. Kids are already growing out the house and got passport stamps, so we can go do that too in Mexico, Cancun, and things of that nature as well, right?
And I can do that too.
Nobody said that you couldn't do that per se, but I'm just saying within those particular options, you wouldn't entertain a 25-year-old as opposed to me, where I'm in a position where a 25-year-old is entertaining to me.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't entertain a 25-year-old, so that's just the thing about the options. A 25-year-old probably wouldn't have the conversation and the life experience that I've been looking for in a mate. Whereas, you know, y'all men don't really care about conversation as long as she look good on your arm and she's good in that bed.
Because we got different things to offer.
Because you got different things that you require in however you define that interaction.
What does a woman really have to offer?
But would
There's
you
different-
talk to
what
a
do you mean?
65-year-old woman? How she said she would go up to 65-year-old man?
55.
Right, so that expands her options. So then if you got the younger one, she don't have
This
the
is
younger
a
one.
60-year-old
You got the
man.
older.
But-
Exactly.
But we in different positions. She said if she has that as an option, but that's not an option she's gonna entertain.
No,
Older man, she would. She wouldn't do younger.
No, she said we talking about the 25-year-old man.
25-year-old
Right,
That's
so
what
you
I'm
got
saying.
her there, but she got you on
She
the
said,
high end.
would I entertain a 65-year-old woman?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, the ARP card swiping I will.
They said y'all both right.
They said we
Yeah.
both right.
Yeah, it's a sugar mama season right now. What are you talking about? Yeah, I will
I can't
entertain that.
imagine dating a dude younger than my kids, but that's just my preference because I do have girlfriends that do date 25-year-old.
It's a bunch of Stellas, right?
You know, and so I'm like,
walk
how
around
do
with
you
your son.
do that? You like when he comes in. I had one girlfriend. She said when he comes to the door, I tell him just don't say nothing. Come on, because that's what it's about with the young boy. But for me,
With the young boy.
I can't do that. I would rather have an older dude. I need some conversation. I'm a sapiosexual.
Right.
I need some conversation.
But the older dude don't need the Cialis for you, ain't he?
But see, the older dude got the experience. So once it gets there,
So you know to use the shoulder.
it's like a really
Oh
great
my God.
ride, you know. So they got the experience.
Hey, yeah, stroking came out a long
I
time
know
ago.
y'all
Remember
don't
that?
understand that. When you
I
think about sex.
You remember that song? I'll be stroking.
But
remember that.
But the 50, 60-year-old men, they've been having sex for a long time. So, you know, they know. I'm sure you're more experienced now than you were when you were in your 20s. You know, you have experimented and did things. So, the 60,
Not that much
I would
experimenting
definitely
like that.
choose a 60-year-old man over a 20-year-old
I've been to
man.
Vegas, not
In
that
a
much
heartbeat.
experimenting.
Because he gonna teach me some stuff probably. He has experience in business because I only like men who got some business going on. He probably has business experience. He got a lot of things that he's gonna teach you outside of the bedroom. And for me, that's the important part. That's what gets me to the bedroom is what happens outside the bedroom. Whereas men, on the other hand, they are the opposite. It's like, oh, you got boobs and a big butt. Let's go.
But that's what I'm saying though. So for a man who already has establishment, already has his own money and things of that nature, what can a woman really offer that man other than sex and companionship and peace?
Well, companionship and peace is a
peace is
great
right.
thing.
100%.
That is what brings the fulfillment in any relationship. Because if you have the
And that's also why prostitution is still available.
Prostitution.
What?
People pay for peace and companionship.
No, you just getting the companionship and you getting the sex. You're not getting necessarily. She ain't talking much.
But what do I mean? I need that.
Okay, so then
But that's the difference though. So that's what I'm saying. Outside of, if a man is already established, what can a woman really offer that man outside of sex and companionship?
companionship is a big thing.
What do you mean?
Companionship
Hold
and
on.
support is a big thing.
I get that, but she said purpose. But if I already got my business together, my kids are taken care of, what more
What if
purpose?
a woman has the same thing though? She has a business, she has her own money, she has a career, she has everything established, and you meet her today. What are you offering her?
I didn't ask her to offer her anything like that. I'm asking her what she offering me. So
why
yes,
are you asking about the women?
all that's see once again. Did you miss the question? I said outside of sex and companionship, what can a woman offer the man?
What
And
you
she
looking for outside of sex
said
and
and she said
companionship?
purpose. So that's what I'm trying to get you to break down. If that man already has himself together, then what other purpose can that woman give that man other than busting a nut?
Well, a man of purpose, when he finds a wife and find a good thing, in fact,
Hello.
What about if he got two wives then? So that means he got a double good thing?
Listen to me. Whatever you give a real woman, if you put $100 in my hand, I should be able to take that $100 and bring back more. I should be able to multiply whatever you give. So whatever you have established, if you're looking for purpose, then you run into this woman who has more to offer. She can take whatever your vision was, whatever your purpose is, and take it to the next level and upgrade you, because that's what she's supposed to be able to do. She's supposed to be able to see your vision and be able to add value to what it is that you've already established, and then help you to build this legacy that is harder for you to do by yourself, as opposed to having somebody on the same page.
But if I already got that, then what is she doing?
So let me
What I need
say
her for?
Let me say this. Let me say this. So one of the things that I believe is that you choose your woman, right? So the reason that you choose your woman is your answer to your question. I'm not telling you what I'm bringing you. You decide what you see in me that adds to you. I hate when people say what you bring to the table. Listen, only thing I'm bringing to the table is the desire to find out if I want to come to the table.
I agree with you on that. If a man is asking the woman what he's bringing to the table, that means his table is missing a leg or his table ain't already set together. Because like I said, I'm not, unless a woman presents her business and money and all that, I'm not going to date you for your money. I don't need your money for that. But if you put your money out there like that, then the money is a part of what's supposed to be attracting me to you. I appreciate that you got your own business, that you pay your own bills, as any adult should, but that's not what's going to attract me to you per se, because it's a lot of very successful, unattractive people out here. It's the same thing as a man trying to get a woman with his money too, right? You know, it's men that wear the flashy jewelry, come with the chains, things of that nature. But as you a woman that's established or you're not even into that, then what can that do for you?
Somebody else will have to answer that. I don't know what that's going to do for me.
Yeah. I'm in agreement with Becca is that I think for everybody's relationship is independent. I think for so long, we let society tell us what our relationship should look like, right? What we should have, we should have, and in the end, you find yourself not content because it wasn't for you. Like, you're looking outside and saying, oh, society says I'm supposed to have a woman who does this. My woman's supposed to act like this. That may not work in your relationship. And so relationships are independent. Give you an example. We went to Vegas. I planned the entire trip. I did it on a very nice budget because that's who I am, right? But I like nice things, but also I'm not paying extra just because it's supposed to be extra. And so my guy is like, see, that's why I need you, Paige, because you gonna look at stuff differently than how I'm gonna look at it. When we would go to dinner, I was like, babe, let's go get us an MGM card. He couldn't see the vision, right? But if you go to Potawatomi, you know the vision, right? So I was like, let's go get an MGM card. We get some points and this, that, and other things. How come we got a comp, right? We got a comp for one of the restaurants there and this, that, and other thing. He was like, see, that's why. You know what I'm saying? But if I had listened to him, he don't see it. I see differently because I look at things differently. Sometimes it comes from being a mother. Sometimes it comes from running your household. Sometimes it just comes from your experience, how I look at stuff. I want the best for less. You know what I'm saying? So
but you know what you provided, right? That's a part of companionship, though, right? You know what I'm saying? So
that's a major
so
thing.
you made a part of that, like,
yeah.
So that is big. So making that man's life easier, right?
Yes.
Making that man's life easier is companionship.
Almost negates the whole
So
interaction.
you're
Because
saying
that
what
is
else other
so.
than that?
If you are single, right, the thing that you miss is the companionship, because you can have sex. Sex is one of the easiest things to get, but the companionship of being with somebody that understands you, that you enjoy being with, that you can have real conversations with, the companionship is the part.
That's always the biggest part that hurts.
So when you say what outside of sex and companionship, then those are things. Those are things that you have to determine, because nobody can tell you what you value, because it's going to be what you value in that person, that outside of companionship and sex, which aside from money, I'm not sure what you get outside of companionship, sex, and money. You know, what else we doing? Because I love a good back rub or a good foot rub, but you know, that would fall into companionship. I love good conversations, you know, early in the morning. That falls into companionship.
But the fact that you're able to think about it, verbalize it, and execute it is another different thing. There aren't people or humans not even capable of that. I mean, we've all dated people where we've had to do everything for that type of particular person. They didn't know how to book a flight. They never know how to, you know, find a movie or find what they want to eat, things of that nature. We've all experienced people like that at that level. And we also experience people that can say, all right, I want to do this, and boom, it's already done and taken care of. So we've all experienced levels on that.
But that goes back to what do you need? So everybody needs something different. I'm a very take charge person. Okay, you said you want to do what? I'm starting research. That's just my personality. I would value that. See, she makes a joke about it.
This is my best friend, by the way.
She made me go because she would be telling me something. Next thing I know, I've researched it. I'm telling her what I'm already telling her. Then I realized they was all using me like that. They was like, just tell Paige.
So you sister Google it.
She gonna come back and she gonna have it all down to her. She gonna have everything you need to do, blah blah. You know, and that is, and it's funny because my guy says he was in all his other relationships. He was the man, right? They make the joke, I pay the cost to be the boss, right? But meeting me, he says everybody has to find that woman. Because, and it ain't every woman, because one woman can have this, that, and other things, and it's what you think you need. But when you find what you need, it opens up a different world, because I'm gonna have an opinion. I'm gonna say what I feel. Whereas, and I'm not whatever you like, but I am whatever you like, right? I am whatever you like. Like I'm gonna make it work for whatever you like, but I'm not whatever you like. I'm gonna have an opinion about, hey, I just don't think we should do that. Like, and I'm gonna come with the reasons. I think it's because this, you know, and we've been together long enough now that if I say something, he's gonna take that. He's like, you know, I thought about what you said, and you know, you're right. You're right. You know, but I'm gonna come with all my facts because I've already thought about it. Because it don't make sense. No, I'm joking. But
no, you not.
I think
Facts or feelings.
Wisdom, being able to add wisdom to different situations.
Exactly.
Now, is that facts or feelings? Because it's two different things.
No, I'm coming with facts.
Okay.
I'm coming with facts. I may have a feeling about it, and then, you know, I'm thinking to myself, I just don't understand why you want to do that. So I'm gonna come with my facts so I can back up my stuff. No, so I can back it up. But yeah, so even if I have feelings about it, I'm gonna come with my facts. If I can't, then I'm like, you know, I thought about what you said. You know, it has validity to it. You know. So.
And I would like to say, like in the beginning, Becca said, you need another person to grow. That's just what it is. Like men and women grow up. Because I'm the youngest of 4 kids. I have 2 older brothers. So I know well enough, and I have a little brother. So I know well enough, boys and girls grow up so differently. Like you can live in the same house and grow up so different from somebody just because you're a different gender. So I feel like the way men look at stuff and the way women look at stuff, 2 completely different things. Like, yeah, the man know he needs money to buy the groceries, but when we go to the grocery store, who's actually grabbing the stuff and planning the meals and we gonna eat this because then we gonna have leftovers next day. We gonna do that. My boyfriend don't do that. Men don't do that. They know we probably gonna swipe. Well, you have kids, so let's stay there. So yeah, you don't have a choice. Kids gotta eat, or you going to jail. But for younger people, especially younger men, especially because before I got my boyfriend now, like they don't have it. They don't have it. They eat out every day. Like it's no home cooked meal. It's not like how they say like a woman makes a house a home. A man will live in 4 walls with a bed and a TV, and it'll be that. And then when they move in with a woman, it's like it's flourished. You got air freshener spraying and candles lit and nice towels in the bathroom.
I mean, but it's a difference though.
It's home cooked meal at night instead of you going to Wendy's getting a popcorn.
And there's a different cleanliness.
It's a different touch. So when you say,
I'll give that part to a different touch.
It's for sure. I mean, I'm not to say all men live like that. It's some men who probably do. They're real cleanly and real. You know,
my house clean. It's got Glade plug-ins and candles. I don't need all the pizzazz.
You think you don't until you get. You think you don't until you get the woman and you say.
I've lived with 3 women before in my life. I learned some things.
That mean?
I learned some things, but it's a lot of stuff on the table that I don't need. I don't need elephants on the table. What is this bowl of marbles sitting right here for? Why do we need these bowls of marbles right here? And this plant is fake. What is this plant doing right here? This plant ain't even providing the oxygen.
It's just you can't tell me though that's not a more comforting environment. You can't tell me it's not a more comforting environment.
You know what's comforting me?
What?
My TV and my couch. It may
We
be
know that's a lie. We know that's a lie. You'd rather sleep on the couch with a TV than in the nice warm bedroom with a heated blanket with a woman. He cuddled up, watching Power, eating snacks. You're a liar.
I got a throw.
And a woman under it.
I got a throw.
Okay,
so of course I prefer the woman.
Exactly.
Right.
All right, so me personally.
Because if it's all about busting nut, you can do that with anybody. You can do that with a man. I'm saying not you, but I'm saying it's like if that's all it's about for you, because that's what you said.
I can't do
That's
that.
what you said.
A lot of times, my engagement with a woman will be sex only because, for one, I'm very protective of my kids, so I don't need to, because of my relationships and failed relationships in the past, I had to become an independent father. So
How old are your kids? My apologies.
my son is 21. I have a 17-year-old, a 14-year-old, and soon to be 10-year-old daughter.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know. I thought your kids was grown.
Yeah, I have one grown kid. My daughter will be 18, and she's a Leo too in July. So, very strong personality too. So yeah, very fiery. But so for me though, like I've had my master's degree since I was 26 years old. I've been a father since I was 21. So I graduated college with my son on my hip. So I basically grew up being a father. So that's all I know. And then by me not having my father or not me meeting my dad till I was 30, that independence was something very strong to me. And then also too, me not growing up with a healthy relationship with my mother, also strong my independence as well. So fortunate if I was to have my aunt, which was superwoman, very independent woman, and every man that came into her life took advantage of her. So I said I would never be that type of guy to have to take advantage of a woman and build my own independence. So even when I did live with women, I always kept an apartment just to be on the safe side, to be like, hey, if anything go wrong, 100%, you cannot put me out of anywhere.
Yeah, I can't even be mad at you about that. Even
You cannot put me out of anywhere.
You wouldn't be putting me out of nowhere because my name always gonna be on that list.
Even though I
what you just said, why stay in a situation you're not happy? You just said that.
Right, but you're not putting me out. I'm just saying.
But you
why do you want to be there if you don't want to be there?
You know what I'm saying?
Then I get another apartment, but having 2 apartments is. I mean, maybe that's just me and the rent we living in right now. I can't imagine it.
Well, I work pretty hard, so you know I've always had a job. I've hustled, and you know I have a business, and JB Fresh does pretty well too. So.
And if you ain't committed to the point of marriage, I ain't mad at you for having your own spot.
Yeah, because being put out or somebody telling you.
The league,
It
take more time for
Yeah,
this.
she probably just on her period. It ain't even nothing serious in real life.
Or she went through my phone.
I seen a lot of stuff.
She went through your phone.
See, you gotta worry about that. I don't. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you
thank God.
Apartment. You
Thank
can't,
God.
somebody can't go through your phone. You need an apartment on the side.
So, you know, I was like,
you know you doing
out
dirt.
to the men out there that's watching. You know, so aside from companionship and sex, what do you need a woman for?
Well, he didn't say companionship.
I was about to get done breaking it down. So for me, what I need a woman for is 100% support. I am fairly busy, so yeah, I do need tending to the crib. I do need you to take phone calls, check my bookings and things of that nature for me. So if a woman's gonna be down with me, she's gotta be that assistance, or else why would
She got a job.
Why would I pay somebody? But see, that's the other part of me supporting. Like if I'm already taking care of everything, why wouldn't let you support the breadwinner?
But then you just said you gotta also have your own. So how you want me to have my own, but also give up everything I got?
I'm not coming for you for your own, but that's what you gotta come with to come deal with me. I'm not asking you for that. But if you dealing with me and want to be in my space and want to hang out with me, want to spend time with me, then you gotta free up my time. Because that's the only thing that I got to give you that I can never get back.
I guess I'm a little confused because so go back. You said you gotta have you as a man.
I said,
you feel like you have
you.
to have your. No, I'm saying as a man, a man has to have his own stuff going for him. So I'm saying
Every man should have his own stuff going for him before he entertains a woman.
So you will want a woman. If you got a woman right now, you will want her to not have a job so she could be able to be basically like your personal assistant in a way. You saying?
Ideally, yeah. Ideally, yes.
Now, are you paying her for that?
Ideally, yes.
I understand it, but at the same time, I don't.
Yes.
Because that's why
if you with me,
it depends on what you have going on. I'm screaming
because I'm busy. I'm real busy.
That's what I'm saying, especially in this day and age.
That's gonna support what
so
I
you
do.
need that ARP.
I don't need ARP, but I need a man that has time to. I was just talking to a friend of mine today. He said trying to date you would be like getting in a race car, trying to get in a race car while it's moving. Because
you won't go.
That is what it is. You know, I am busy. So just like with you, I have a couple businesses. Plus, I do the events for the chamber, which keeps me super busy. But anyway, I need somebody that is going to be able to be around me and add value while they're around me. So a retired 60-something-year-old man who's skilled sexually and has great conversation and a passport is a great thing for me.
What is the percentage of the men that meets those small requirements?
There are actually quite a few. I just have to be attracted to them.
All right, so
That's the other thing.
So then the other thing is that too. Now, that might be a different ratio in Atlanta and New York. What does that look like in Milwaukee?
Did I tell you I lived in 7 cities in different
Exactly,
cities?
right? So I'm saying.
And so I'm like a gypsy, so then that's the other part of me as well.
A gypsy.
I move around. Yeah, I move around. And I like to move around, and I plan to move around. So
So you're very fluid.
Absolutely, when it comes to locations, but not when it comes to people.
I just said fluid.
Yeah.
You
I'm not fluid when it comes to
can't
people.
interpret it the way you want
We're
to.
strictly dickly.
I see. I wasn't even going like that.
Yes, but anyway, I do like to move around, so he would need to move around. And so that's harder. So the attraction and a person that wants to move around, because a lot of people in there, when they get later in age, they look forward to because they've worked for somebody else. I've always worked for myself, so I've always been able to do whatever I do wherever I do it. They've worked for somebody else all this time, so they're looking forward to sitting down or just traveling. I want to buy a condo in all these different cities that I like, that I've lived in before, so I can still continue to move around when I get to my 60s as well. You know, and so finding that whole combination, because you got to know who you are, and you got to be comfortable with who you are.
That's big right there. I agree with you, woman.
And I'm comfortable with who I am, so I understand that in Atlanta, it might be a boo there. You know, in Dallas, it might be a boo there. In Chicago, it
So
might
you're
be
not
a
for the
couple
streets, you for the
boos
world.
there. Hey, you know, whatever.
You for the world,
However-
man. Not for the streets, you
however,
for the
you know,
world.
One thing that I've learned in life is that you have to flow with it, because you might have the best laid plan, but life is gonna happen.
Man.
Life is gonna
100%.
happen, so you're gonna have to figure out how to flow with it and still direct it back towards your goal. So I understand me, and I understand the challenges that come along with me. So you know, it's whatever. But
Right, it's not easy, but it's not easy, but it's worth it, right?
It's not easy, but it is worth it.
100%.
Because life is about being happy and fulfilled.
But it's also what you know.
But companionship is big.
100%. And I won't say what you bring to the table. You know what value you add to someone's life.
What
And that's
value?
the question that people don't ask. The right question is, what value can you add to my life? And
You
then
need to know what that value is as well.
Because you determine what that value is.
You
it
need
might
to
be
know-
something I might not know that I needed, in a sense. You know what I'm saying?
But
Like,
then she can't tell you because she don't know what you need either. So that's where getting to know
yes
people.
and no. Yes and no.
Stop trying to put everything in a box up front. Like when we first meet on our first and second date, don't ask me what I bring to the table. Cause
No, I'm not talking about.
Just vibe.
Yeah, I'm not talking about in that space.
Flow.
But okay, so let's just say I'm dating you, and all right, and I know that your schedule is this, you got this going on, but then I know, all right, in this particular office you being at is cold, right? Just by me hearing and listening to you, being conscious and being in tune to you, why won't I just go get you a space heater for that little office? Something small, being in tune with you and conscious by listening to you, giving you something that you need that you might not even know that you needed, but just through your conversation, I discovered that you needed that.
Okay.
You see the difference in that?
You probably have to beat me too, because one thing I'm not gonna be is cold.
Okay. I'm just giving the example, man.
I can't stand being cold.
No, I understand what you're saying.
But I get it too. I get what you're saying too.
Because what I do think is a lot of times people don't listen, right? And so you're
Mostly
not
women.
listening. Okay. We're gonna throw that in there.
We heard you.
But I do think a lot of times people don't listen to people. And one of the things I sort of pride myself on is that if I get to know you, I'm getting to know you. Like I'm gonna ask questions. I'm really interested in who you are, what you're about, and later I'll come back and they'll be like, "When did I tell you that?" You know, because I can get people. I'm pretty open. I'm pretty
Fluid.
accepting.
She's fluid.
Yeah, fluid.
That's gonna be the word for the summer.
I'm fluid. And so when I meet people, I'm pretty interested in who that person is. So I'm going to ask a lot of questions. And I had to really tone it down because me asking questions, trying to get to know you, sound like I was out at
Like
one
probing
point.
or
Yeah,
interviewing
probing.
somebody.
And so you learn people's personalities, and everybody ain't. You know, some people like real guarded until they feel comfortable with you, and so.
I can see that too, but in a sense too, and what I had to learn as a woman is depending on how you ask the questions, because who's ever gonna be mad at somebody being interested in them, right? But you know, if you've been coming from different places where they might have had bad experience or questioning, somebody may respond to that. That could be male or female in a sense.
Exactly.
But you have to be confident in yourself. Be like, oh, maybe this person is interested in me or like me or want to know what's going on with me.
Yeah, or not like, oh, what they up to? Because sometimes people are so skeptical, already looking for the bad in the person. Where I'm more of, once you show me the bad, I'm pretty open until you show me the bad.
It could be previous experience, right? It only takes us one time to touch the stove to know not to touch it no more, right?
Everybody's experience is different. I've learned once you show me you ain't shit, then you ain't shit and won't ever be shit. But I'm gonna go in with an open heart, like open energy to accept. Okay, this is who you tell me you are. As you tell me who you are, I'm making a mental note. Yeah.
So have you actually asked a woman that what she has to offer besides companionship and sex?
Yeah, because when you get to a point when you're dealing with a woman and you know they're constantly wanting your time, or myself, I know it's very difficult to date me because of my schedule. I'm very hands-on with my children. I work a regular job. I teach part-time, and then I'm also DJing a lot of the weekends. So my schedule is all over the place. So dating me, we have to be creative, or you may have to come hang out with me when I'm working in spaces. So if a woman is complaining about my time, then it's not okay. It's getting to the point where, all right, if you want to cut into my money, then what are you bringing into the table to complement that? Because if I'm taking off my time, I'm taking off to deal with it with you, and I don't mind doing that. But then you're not going to complain to me about me not doing it when I am doing it, or when we are doing it, you ain't gonna be bitching to me about stuff that we doing or not doing while we are spending time together. I already given you my time. That is my most valuable resource. That is something I can never get back. Once you spend your time, it's gone. Can't get it back. So
I want to
that's
get
true,
because her face was looking kind of.
Because you talking about some, just because I give you my time, don't complain about what we do. That don't just mean give me your time and we just do something willy nilly. Like if you be like,
I don't have that problem though. I know I'm a high dater.
Okay,
so I'm very creative
so
at
you
dating.
shouldn't even be worried about that happening. You said it like
no, she shouldn't be worrying about that happening.
No, you should, because you're the one worried about giving up your time.
No, I'm not worried about giving up my time. If I'm choosing to give up my time, don't make my time a bad experience.
Yeah, he's like,
no,
if I'm giving you my time, give me your sex and your companionship.
What somebody's experience is.
Your companionship.
If I'm giving you my time,
that's what I'm saying.
I'm not finna. I don't want to end the date.
First date, you expect to have sex with somebody then?
My first date.
That's what I'm saying. You can't determine what somebody's bad experience is.
My expectations, no. I don't expect
You just said, if I give you my time, give me your companion.
We're not talking about first dates though. We talking about if I'm already with somebody. So you missed the other question.
No, you gotta elaborate.
We having two different conversations.
So it sounds like you need a partner. Like you need somebody who can partner.
2 partners.
Oh, I want 3, so I'm not mad at it.
All right.
I didn't know. I did that.
So it sounds like you need a partner who can be your companion,
and then you need one that's.
And maybe she has value, but she's not like into her like a woman of purpose. Cause like you need somebody who can be more flexible with their time, where they can lend you time and come and work for you. Like you need a partner.
or have your own shit going on where you're not too much concerned with my time.
That's what we need.
Or so when we do get together, it means something.
Right. Because we
But
both
y'all not gonna be able to mesh like you know what I'm saying?
That's the perfect. So somebody who
that
has a schedule. So for me, I'm
That
looking
works
for
for you,
somebody
right?
with a schedule like mine, so they're not always talking about how busy I am and I don't have time. But we probably both are not phone people, so he ain't looking for me to sit on the phone with him for hours and fall asleep because I ain't doing that shit. I need somebody that we gonna both schedule some time because our time is valuable, and then when we get together, we gonna have the time that we want to have.
Amazing time,
We're gonna have an amazing time, and we probably both want to have sex because we've probably been too busy to have it for a while. So we're gonna both want to have sex. So that's actually the best companion. And he said he want 2, and I've always said I want 3. because I think that's the magic number with men to get all of the right stuff together.
In the same house at the same time?
Well, listen, if I was still in my 30s, maybe, at the same time. But right now,
You would want 3 men to submit to you?
I don't want a submissive man.
So what other man is not gonna be submissive that's gonna be cool with another man in the same space with his woman that he's sharing?
I never said I wanted that.
No, okay, I get you.
Yeah, no.
But you said in your 30s.
I like in my 30s, because in your 30s, I think you're a
you
little
wanted
more
a Diddy house.
exploratory.
You wanted the Diddy house, okay?
Listen, I said I didn't think I was going. I'm not exactly sure yet. In my 30s, I don't know what's going on over there. Cassie seemed like she had a good time. She made some millions of dollars. It didn't seem like a bad deal. But I'm just saying. Sorry.
That's some different
I'm just making light of everything. But yeah, I think that busy people kind of like busy people, but we all need multiple people because you don't have time for stuff. Like now, I'm doing this, and I've been doing podcasts since before they were even called podcasts. So this has always been part of my flow. The events and stuff. So I'm just always everywhere, and so having somebody that wants to come home and sit on the couch and watch movies with me, because when I watch movies I fall asleep because my body thinks it's time to rest.
So did you sit down?
Well, we made it to the 30-minute mark with this one. But yeah, so that whole, you really got to know who you are, and you really have to be. So he said, break it up in 6 minutes.
We was 10 short on the last one. I thought we had some overtime.
Something.
Gonna take a break in 6 minutes.
Yeah, okay. Oh, that's what it means. Okay, so it's sign language. All right, so we got 6 more minutes. Anybody got any last words on this topic?
No,
I don't even remember what the original question was. Honestly,
It was
I
about
don't.
what does a person bring?
Besides
No,
the
it was about options actually.
Oh,
So let me ask it one more time.
Dang, this was about.
That's why I said we literally go for y'all.
That was fluid, right?
Very fluid.
So the question was when a woman says, "I got a bunch of dudes trying to talk to me, but I'm with you," is that an insult?
No, case closed. Because we got options.
So that's what it led to about the options thing.
I got options.
Hello.
Hello. And men, so if you're attracted to somebody,
And I want
you should
to challenge you
know
on
other people
that.
are attracted to that person too.
Period.
100%, right?
So here's my thing with dating in my age group, right? So the men in my age group that still look good, they got tons of options. Because there's a lot of women that want them. The man that I want, a lot of women want. So you have to really just look
I'm glad
at
you said that.
Right.
And
But
you
then-
realize that too.
But absolutely. But then it's the same on my end. In my age group, because I don't know if you know how old I am, but a lot
You got a 41-year-old daughter, right? We can speculate.
Exactly, right. So a lot of women in my age group don't necessarily look like I look. So I got plenty of options as well. The young guys still, and everything still work right.
It's fluid.
It ain't fluid though, because it's strictly.
It's flirting.
It's strictly.
No, that's not what she means.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
no, I'm talking her. You're fine.
Yeah, all of that stuff.
Turn down. Hitting us
So when it comes to options, but the reality of options is, there could be a bunch of men lined up out front that's 5'6", that's pot belly, that have ED, that's balding, that want to stay at home every night and do nothing. They might be options, and they consider. So I'm not Christian, okay? I'm agnostic. I believe that there's something, but I don't think nobody knows exactly what it is.
I agree with you.
Okay? And so he might be a Bible thumper, because they come at me all the time.
I can see that.
And they might be options, but you gotta want the option for it to really be an option.
And I said I sympathize with you sisters, right? Didn't I say that? Because for you guys, the availability ain't where it is for you wanted to be. Now, for me, if a woman tell me that, it's definitely an insult to me. Because, of course, why put emphasis on the obvious, right? So for me, it's like, well, what is you saying? You got other options. What do these other options mean? What are these other options entertaining? And then that's when you start to bring those tables of, well, why we here in the first place if you got other options? You know what I'm saying? So like, for me, as a man, even if I said that to a woman, that's like, duh, why would I say that to you? And that's me being condescending to you. As a woman saying that to me, it's definitely a sign of disrespect because
Like I got options, but I'm choosing you.
yeah, like okay, but like I ain't no pick of the litter here. You know, it's I ain't top
So,
dog,
but
but I'm cream of the crop. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a very slim option in a sense. So
Well, I mean, every
if a
relationship
woman
you
choosing
in-
me, it ain't the same reason why I'm choosing her.
Every relationship you in, you were initially one of the options and you were chosen, especially women who multi-date. So she may have been dating. When I met my husband in Atlanta, I was dating, and he was living with two women. They weren't his women,
Jack Tripper.
but they were the
For y'all 80s baby, Jack Tripper, Three's Company.
well, he was the
knock
one.
on my door.
We were in our 20s, and so
company.
I was dating people, and he was dating people and living with two women. But when it boiled down to it, we got rid of everybody else. So we both had options, but we chose each other. So to some degree, it could be a compliment. Like I got options, but I'm choosing you because you are the cream of the crop.
I wouldn't take that as a compliment.
It could be a compliment.
You
Because for my
like,
husband,
a woman saying that to me, she being shady.
when I met my husband, he knew I was dating other people because he saw me dating other people, and I was because I'm a Leo, so I'm just gonna tell you.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna tell you. I used to tell the men all the time, like, listen, we dating, getting to know each other. I said, so I want you to continue to date because I'm gonna continue to date. And if you see me out with somebody, don't trip because I'm not gonna trip. Because it was Atlanta. I was 23. Man,
Freaknik.
are you? Yes, Freaknik was going on there. Man, I moved from Milwaukee, the little town of Milwaukee, to Atlanta, and I was just like,
She ain't denying it.
holy
She ain't
but
denying
Jesus. Well, you ain't gonna see me on no tapes. But I was at Freaknik because, yeah,
VHSs.
they had just
having fun.
Freaknik had really kind of just started this. So where you see the tapes from, that was later. They wasn't doing it. Well, they were doing stuff. But I'm a voyeur, so I just watch. I wasn't involved in none of that stuff. But still, if somebody has no other options and they get with you, you the only option they have. I don't want nobody that I'm the only option they got. I want them to know that they want me because they chose me because of who I was.
So why
not
say
because
that
they
then?
just wanted a relationship.
That's what she said.
So that's the point. If we
His point
both
is,
know that, why even say that?
Why even bring it up?
He
Why even make that
doesn't
a
look at it
thing?
as a compliment. Well, he don't look at it as a compliment, but that don't mean other people don't understand
There's other ways you can
the way
compliment a
that
man
you
in that
can- the
space.
way that
Listen,
you
it's
can-
me.
Well, it might not
That's
be
me.
being said in a mean way. It might be just being said, y'all having a conversation. Just like I've had people ask me before, like, so when you went out last night, did somebody try to talk to you?
Of
Did
course
somebody
they
ask you?
did.
It's like, of course they did. But I'm where I'm at, right here with you. So it's
Who-
not like
who
I'm
asked
saying
that?
it. A lot of men. A lot.
Men
of men.
do ask that.
A lot of men.
Men.
I would.
You're gonna have to ask your friends. It might not be you, but
And
I'm
you know
not
what the thing
guaranteeing
about it is,
your
if a man
friends.
asks me
If
that,
I want
will
you, why wouldn't
usually
nobody
respond.
else want you?
No, I mean I'm just like you said. You a Leo, I'm an Aries. I'm gonna tell you the truth. You want to
You're
know?
Aries too on your birthday.
April 4th.
On April 3rd. That's what the problem is.
man.
Okay.
Is that our 6 minutes?
That's the issue.
We didn't have these today. They shook hands.
It's they put the horns right there. Yeah, we didn't dress
All right,
the
so
lights
we
in
gonna
there.
wrap up this question too. This was a good one. And if you got options out there, make sure that you pick the cream of the crop. Actually, cream of crop will rise to the top anyway. Cream rises to the top. That's what happened with me and my husband. He rose to the top. He was the one. Got rid of everybody else. There was a few everybody else's too. We got rid of everybody else. We both did. So that was that we chose each other despite all the other options. So that is a compliment because despite all the compliments, it's like winning a race. You got all the people at the starting line, the only one is gonna win that race.
Sometimes.
And you. But you
He said
He said he want two.
he
want two winners.
So he gonna take first and second place. Okay. All right. We'll see you for question 3. We'll be right back. Thanks for Let's Talk About It with Xavier Fox. Girl Talk +1.
You got bottled water somewhere?
Ruben may have some back down there. Water. I think Ruben got some water somewhere on.
Seville, what up, man?
Hey, you know where the water is?
I'm gonna go look and see if he has it over there.
I know, I saw some somewhere.
Okay, we have no content agreed. Yeah, what did they say? Yes, that part, exactly. Yeah, is women going to be on your payroll?
Pretty good. It was.
Are they gonna be on your payroll?
I was raised by my grandparents. I
The
grew
most
up in
in
a
my
house
life.
with
She's
my mom
right.
and
Okay,
granddad. My mom was
Basically,
very
you got
involved
Good.
with
We
life
got
as
people
well.
talking this time.
My
That's what happens
stepdad.
when we got folks
So
to
it's kind of
talk.
like my auntie told me the other day.
So that's why I need to choose everybody going forward.
Oh,
I didn't even
That's why
realize
you
that.
not
Not
you talk to
scared.
her.
I did. I've been in that.
How old are you?
And I'm gonna give her.
You ain't
I'll give her.
You ain't there. You ain't there.
I did not tell me.
You got kicked off the leash
I
yet?
mean, it ain't. Go
If
back
they
to
took a
it.
kid,
Kicked
you
off the
can
leash.
like,
You messed up a car note yet?
community or neighborhood friends.
What?
See? How you go? You don't even
I
know.
just got my first car note.
Yeah, you
But
ain't even
let
heard
me
yet.
ask you,
You
'cause I've
still
heard
young,
friends-
man.
You talking about her? I think you mean with a man.
Yeah, that's
What
just
does
what
a
it
car
means.
note have to do with
I mean,
anything?
when you financially invested in somebody where you got to pay to get out of the situation.
Oh, no. I ain't never about to do
That's
that.
why I said I always kept an extra crib.
I ain't never about to do that. That's why you say keep
All
an
the
extra crib. I'm not keeping an extra crib because that one got my
Growing
name on
up
it.
in that area, in
So
that
he must
era.
move in. So the nigga you move in, but you ain't the level.
Yeah,
But you know, Wisconsin, we got
No,
problems.
we both our names on the lease.
Okay, then yeah.
Sometimes
Yeah.
intelligence can be a
Kinda,
big
not
Exactly.
really.
That's why I said,
Sometimes
and
you
I
can be
thought about that
smarter
before I moved in with him. If something
where the
happened,
options
I'm
is
just gonna have to
not
move
limited.
around where we're both
So you
gonna
can
just
say,
live
well,
together and I'll be
I don't
together.
hustle. I don't
It
do the
is what
street
it is
things.
until
I
it
can't.
until it's over. That's what I signed up for.
Hey,
Well, I
that's not
choose
the
to,
best
like,
about the situation.
Oh no, I don't play that.
Around.
I don't play that. And my boyfriend not that type
I
of
didn't
dude.
indulge
You
into
don't know what a nigga type of dude. He put his back against the wall.
Nah.
Get hurt. Just saying.
God.
Hey, I
You're
never-
right, but
I never beat my girl, but I definitely dragged her by the boot in Minnesota back to the car.
dragged her by the boot is crazy. You know,
Hey,
my
I
boyfriend don't need
I never put my
that.
hands on her, but I dragged her by the boot.
Man.
He worse than me because shit, I pulled over, dropped the motherfucker off in Kansas City, told him to go home.
Myself.
She's like, I'm gonna
Whole
home.
home is crazy.
Decisions.
Whole home is crazy. Yeah, no, I don't. My
Turn into
boyfriend
the
wouldn't do
streets
that.
because
He's a very nice man. He's raised by a very lovely lady.
I was raised by a lovely lady. Everybody raised by lovely ladies, and I was a
But
nice man too.
Ray, I mean,
but we
you
meet
think
so
Ray,
we
you
meet
think Ray would hit me?
we meet pretty, not so lovely
Not
ladies.
at all, not at all.
Not at all.
Shit, my last one told me in the future.
Unfortunately,
My last one told me in the future, baby. I was always a good guy.
man.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, it sounds like you always find some demons.
Well, I wasn't a good guy, but then I became a good guy.
Good.
The views straight.
You should have been a good guy.
Yeah, who is, let me tell you who commented for you.
Ah, what they saying?
I'm your host, Trinity, and today we have the hilariously
people live in
funny
Detroit.
Milwaukee's Harry.
Somebody said though they like that part. They like that y'all ass.
I'm
And
just
they're saying, is she gonna be on
Of
your
course,
payroll?
we're happy to have you here.
Hello, is you gonna pay her? That's what
A
I
friend,
said.
companion, mean the
I gotta
most in
stop
my
you
eyes. We
because,
talked about some other
saying
stuff.
Milwaukee-
I'm sorry, he not from Milwaukee.
Friend that you're paying. If you want to pay, buy a dog and die
I
alone.
have to redo this whole
What do you
time.
mean?
We don't.
If I'm your man, I'm your man. If you can put him on the
That's
next
what he
shot.
just said. That's him talk about something other
Shit,
than
I
that.
don't really. You ain't
It's a woman. It's having a
I ain't
woman.
supposed to be your fucking. That's why I said I'm gonna sit out this one and get the feel. I ain't supposed to be your motherfucker. I ain't supposed to be your companion. I'm supposed to be your man, baby.
It is on you.
But no, it's all good.
Shit, you want to pay and buy a dog?
I'm your
and die
messiah,
alone.
actually.
Born in Little Rock, raised in Pine Bluff. I believe the story goes my father got a job up north.
Look at
He's
D-Rock.
got a job up north.
The oldest, youngest nigga I know.
Being in a cold
He
town.
about as tall as you.
Here and then
Yeah, we the same
father
height right
getting
there.
a job and having
I'm
better
telling you, you said
opportunities.
True.
Different from the south and the north.
Say,
Ended up staying.
I said, but do I look high?
Back down
I
south.
know we could.
Stop lying, bro.
Bro, you look high. Cause I'm high.
That's so funny.
A weed
I don't trust your
smoker. A weed
judgment.
smoker can tell.
She's a weed smoker.
That's why I asked.
Hey. Yeah, so you don't fuck with the shrooms?
Ended up doing it like they do.
The what?
Still got that home.
I never done straight shrooms. I had that chocolate bar.
What?
That
Shrooms?
definitely had.
I can't do that shit.
Definitely
I
had.
had a bad trip one day. Shit.
I was staring at my hand, and it was like my hand, like all my fingers stretched
I had a
out.
bad. Look, I was like, what's his name? And what's Debo Chicken Coop? I don't fucking know the rules.
So as of Milwaukee, and I'm sure we have
Y'all are
Milwaukee
fun.
listening. How does Milwaukee exactly do it?
Y'all already
sorry, when does it start?
Milwaukee do it different than anybody else. It seems like Milwaukee, it seems like it's not just a city, it seems like it's a state. Almost like a continent. They do their
Damn, Larry, look.
Alright, so I'm on that today.
30 seconds. We got 30 seconds.
Oh yeah, that was my water. It's probably spilled.
We just take our own lingo now. People just say things. And
Here, go ahead. Look. I'm not everybody's cup of tea.
Because I don't like Aries men.
Yeah.
Y'all are
But I'm a Libra.
Ooh, Aries men are
Damn, y'all are evil.
That's not
His
true.
birthday the day before mine.
That's not true.
No, he a Libra. You a lion.
He a Taurus.
Oh, Taurus is worse. Taurus is worse.
That's
Taurus
not
man
true.
is worse.
Look, Aries only like that when Aries men only like that when they've been wrong. So for Aries men, then last time that you did something,
Keep that same energy.
that mean y'all did something to
Everyone I
that
know
man.
is just an asshole.
But my thing is this: I don't prescribe to all that Libra shit. You know that zodiac.
So you don't think you bring balance to everything?
I personally feel like
I believe in the zodiac more than I believe in the Bible.
So the
I
show
personally
is
feel like
about breast
When a
cancer
motherfucker show you
survivors.
who they are,
We introducing them into the
That's what I believe
fashion
too.
industry
When you show me
through models
I think it all
Okay,
counts.
we only had 30 seconds, so I'm sure that we are back.
and turning them
Okay, no,
into
it's not
fashion.
only
No, they're not. No, they're not, because this
So,
is.
Where is Paige?
You know
That's
when
your
this
co-host.
commercial over.
Come on.
Well, he told us 30 seconds to pay.
You would go to
What
the
y'all in there getting
website
chicken?
at www.breastcancermodels.org and sign up to be either a volunteer, a model, or whatever else are the options available for this process.
So you got 3 more questions?
Sounds like it's gonna be a good event.
It's going to be
Oh,
a
I thought it was 6
wonderful
questions.
event. I'm excited about it.
So what's the theme of this event?
I mean,
The
I know how to
theme
evolve the
is
conversation, so we
life after breast cancer.
Yeah, we good.
After going through so
Yeah.
much
Make
as a
good
survivor
conversation so far.
myself,
Oh, yeah, especially that
I
last
was
one. We get
modeling
into it.
before
We
I
didn't
was
remember
ill
what
with
the
the
question
disease.
was.
And
But that's the whole thing,
afterwards,
you know,
I
usually the
decided
question
I
evolves
wanted to
into
go back into
a whole different
modeling,
thing.
and I did that. But the experience was something that I decided also that I wanted to share with other survivors and have them welcomed into the industry as well.
Okay, so if you want tickets, you go to the website and there's a link to getting tickets.
You can go to Eventbrite and look up Beautiful 2024 and grab your tickets, make a donation, invite a friend, sponsor a ticket for a friend. Just be there. You don't want to miss it.
Okay, so
Ruben, why you tell
what's
me
the
I
date
had
again?
30 seconds?
The date
and I'm
is
saying
October
you didn't?
26th between 12 and 4 p.m.
You want to make it?
at the Wisconsin African American
Wrong
Women's Center.
address.
What happened?
I think that's her event. It's going to be at the Women's
Oh,
Center on the 26th.
Whatever it is.
Get the champion.
You're so welcome.
Right, this
Thanks
is
for
gonna be a
having
great
me.
event. Get out there, get your tickets.
What happened?
I'm
And we'll see you soon.
I'm going to ask you a question. What's our event called?
Our event is called,
The one in, no, you already know what I'm talking about.
it's called the Black Friday Weekend Diverse Business Expo. And the fashion show is called the Chamber Exposure Fashion Affair.
Okay, right there. You're back.
All right, we are back. We are back. Oh my goodness. So we had a really great break. We got a little nourishment and we got a little libation. Yeah, nobody knows what I'm drinking or how much it is in here. Anyway, you are listening to, are you watching it? Dang, I done had too much whatever I'm drinking. You're watching Let's Talk About It with Xavier Fox, and we are here with Girl Talk Plus One. So we do a Girl Talk show where it's just me and co-host Paige and 2 other women, and we talk about the things that girls talk about. And then we do Girl Talk Plus One, where we bring our plus one. Because you know when you go to an event, you invite your plus one, and that's usually a guy. So we invited our plus one, and today that's JB Fresh. And so he has been challenging us on these topics. Yes. He's talking about our options. Like we ain't got none, but anyway.
I can can see all you sisters having fun.
We about to
That's
head
not a problem
to,
on this panel.
No, it is not. We're gonna head on to number 3. We're gonna see what he bringing to us this time. What's up now?
Okay, let's see what I got here. So we get to the juicier stuff.
Okay.
All right. Well, why is it okay for women to shame men about being broke or overweight, and it's considered sassy when a man does it the other way around?
Sassy.
Being broke or overweight.
Say it again.
Why is it okay for women to shame men or talk about men or down men or treat men a certain way for being broke or overweight, and it's considered sassy or bitch-made behavior when a man does it the other way around? Like the man isn't able to have the same level of
I'm
standards.
gonna start.
Okay, go
It's
ahead.
not
Break
okay.
it down.
It's not okay to shame nobody for nothing.
Okay.
If somebody is not on your level or you're not attracted to them or they don't have what it is that you need to keep it moving, but it's not okay to shame nobody.
I agree.
Yes.
All right, now.
Certain women believe that, but not all.
Miss Becca, yeah, because that sounded very good and very politically
Very
correct and
demure.
things of that nature.
that's not
But
what
we know a brother that's sitting on the corner on 6th and North Avenue across from Wendy's, even though he might have all the potential in the world and even still might have most of his teeth, has no shot at you,
Well,
right?
that's the problem. They ain't for potential.
You said he's sitting outside.
Outside Wendy's.
Yeah, across the street from Wendy's, 6th and North Avenue with a sign. Trying to holler at you.
With a son.
Want to give you all the available time that he got. Want to be your best option.
Okay.
But I'm saying though, based on what you said, nobody should shame anybody, right? But I'm saying nobody should shame, but we know better, right? So that's what I'm saying.
But you
Yo,
don't shame them for that. You help them
I
for that,
am.
but you don't shame them.
You just said you.
I don't think you should shame people.
I didn't say I was.
I really hate our shame each other, shit on each other culture that we
Okay,
have right
talk
now
about that
between
part.
black men and women.
Yes.
I really hate it. It's like, oh, okay, you want to talk about economic status.
why is that not important?
Okay, we could talk about economic status when you get to another economic status. Like, don't talk to me about being broke. You broke. Like, let's make a plan and see how we can get this plan to the next level if that's somebody that you want to rock with. Now, I'm not telling you to go pick up somebody from across from Wendy's because they sound good or they look good. I'm not telling you to do that, but I'm saying us shaming each other for what we don't have, I'm really sick of it. And it really, it's starting, our culture is really starting to sound like you gay. Like, do you like women and do you like
Here
men?
we go.
What do you like? Go get what you like so you don't got to shame people that you don't like. Because everybody got somebody for somebody. You know what I'm saying?
It's so crazy.
I hate it that we do each other like that.
I was just reading some junk on Facebook yesterday, actually last night, and I was thinking to myself, so I'm the only child and I was a daddy's girl. So I had both of my parents.
That explains quite a bit.
Okay. I was a daddy's girl, all right. And so my dad used to always tell me, when people put other people down to make themselves feel better because they don't like themselves. So whenever I read that whole shaming, like, men talking about, oh, black women this and black women that.
What's an example of black women what? Give me an example that you see men majority talk about against black women. What is something
they definitely go in on the single parents, and there are men who are single parents. You're not the only one. Ruben was a single parent. He raised his girls, his daughters and stuff. But they never talk about they praise the men who raise their kids, but they shame the women who have their kids.
They made themselves a single parent and they did it.
Right, the man left.
The person left.
Not in every case. Not in every case.
On the other side,
not in
I
every case. So sometimes the women do things too.
understand
So
that it's an accountability
Nobody should be able to put you away from your
because
kids.
women,
That's not true.
Women have the right to choose to get pregnant or not.
And you have the
From
right
the
and the
beginning.
choice to keep the baby or not too.
We do have the right to choose to keep the baby or not. However, there are also a lot of women who thought they were in relationships that were going to last. So I was a single mother.
Or they
but
might
my
have used that
husband
baby to keep said man too.
My husband was killed. And so then I became a single parent. And so whenever I hop into those conversations about, black women being single mothers, and then when I say, well, my husband was killed, so they're like, oh, well, you don't count.
But you do.
You do.
But I'm still a single parent. I still raised them kids by myself. And so there is a fortitude and a commitment to raising a child. So a woman should not be shamed for it because you don't know what that circumstance
It's levels
was.
of single parents too.
There are
right?
levels of single parents.
So you have a very unique case, right?
You got women out there that are just
They got a nigga for every kid.
Right, they got different ones.
A nigga for every kid.
But then you have women that have different situations, and maybe the first marriage didn't work, and she got married again, and then maybe that marriage didn't work either. You know, and so now she got 2 kids by 2 different men, but that doesn't mean that she's been irresponsible. She was
Kinda.
She was married
It takes 2 to
twice.
tango.
So
He got her pregnant.
So if she was able to be married twice and granted whatever the case in your situation by whatever untimely demise that you lost your spouse and things of that nature, but I know some women that's been working on 3-4 marriages and the husband's still alive. So at that point and I know women who literally pray and beg whatever Jesus or God they believe in for a husband. So, you know, what's the difference in that situation where you got women that can run through husbands, not boyfriends of men, marriage husbands, versus the women who can't even buy a groom.
Buy a groom. Oh my God.
What?
Buy a groom. Well,
I mean, you can't. It's gonna be different. You can't put an answer to that. Just how she got a unique situation, it's gonna be different. So you can't say you can't generalize everybody. Everything is gonna be different. So just because somebody is going through multiple marriages, you can't even really. I know we probably would look at it and say like, you done had 5 husbands, maybe you the problem. But you never know. Maybe one was abusive and she left. Maybe one was cheating and she left. Maybe one ended up being gay, like Janet Jackson husband on that one Tyler Perry movie. It's like you can't control it.
But you see the common denominator in that though, right?
No, it's no common denominator. Maybe you just got unlucky a lot of times.
It's one common denominator in that. Then that's the woman. So she able to repeatedly make them bad choices over and over again.
But you
don't they gotta at some point in time? Don't you gotta look at yourself if you keep making them bad choices? Like, why do I keep running into bad people? Why do I keep running into? Why do I keep running into people that's not good for me?
Like I'm saying, it's not every situation. It's not every situation. Everyone is not cookie cutter. Yes, you do have to do a self-evaluation, but people can be who they want to be until they flip and show you who they really are all the time. That happens all the time.
I agree with that. You gotta meet people 2 or 3 times before you meet the real person.
Exactly. So it's like you can't. Yeah, maybe it just only take one time, one accident, to get pregnant, and you gotta know who you dealing with if they gonna choose to stay pregnant or not. That's one thing too. Men like to have raw sex with people that they know don't believe in abortion and get mad when they get pregnant.
Say that.
Well, but also at the end of the day too, it's the woman's choice to know that they dealing with that particular man that said and did that. So then why would you want to prove a point to society or yourself and bringing in a whole life into a situation with somebody that you know that wasn't gonna be healthy for you, and you making that child be in a said struggling situation? What for morals? Is that morally? Is that morally correct?
That's not something
to bring a child into a horrendous situation or a situation that wasn't made with love?
It depends on your mindset. Some people don't think it's morally correct to kill a child. So it depends on who you dealing with. And it all goes back to we both adults. We both knew what we was doing when we did do. You got to deal with the consequences. They happen every day.
I got a vasectomy, so I don't have that problem.
So I think, and this is what I tell, I tell younger women about the whole dating thing and finding yourself first. But I also believe that we are definitely responsible and accountable for our own bodies. So I knew that I didn't want any more kids, and so I did something to make sure I didn't have any more kids. I think that. So having a kid by the wrong dude, especially if he stick around, can be really rough. I've seen women go through stuff because they had a kid with the wrong dude, and he's a complete jerk, and he uses that kid to manipulate her. Now, women use
how can a man do that
to manipulate?
Because she may want she may
control her.
She may want that relationship.
I've never seen a scenario or a situation.
You ever seen the movie Enough with Jennifer Lopez? Right there. That's your example right
there.
So
he used the kid to control the woman?
He was abusive, and basically every time she tried to leave, he said, I'm going to kill you, I'm going to kill the baby.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a threat thing. I'm never seeing like
That's
as a
not
woman.
I
mean, well, it's not the kid, but the violence is a threat of the control. That's not the kid as the control. The violence,
But it's the kid. You pulling on the mama heartstrings while you using the kid.
it's still the act of violence.
Kill your kid.
It's not the same where a dad can't have a kid with somebody he don't want to have a kid with, and then use that kid to get on child
So
support.
let me ask you
A
this.
dad can't do that.
Let me ask you this. I want to ask you
Talk
this.
to me.
Please answer this question.
Let me take a shot.
As a man, you know a baby cannot happen because we walk around with eggs all day, every day. Well, I ain't got none now, but you know, most of them walking around with eggs all day, every day. You can't make no baby until you add sperm to that mud.
Sure.
It's like you can't blow up no dynamite till you add some fight.
Sure.
So if you know you don't want no kid, why would you go raw?
So several reasons if that's the case.
We got
It feels better. That's it. That's all I got to say. That's the only answer.
Several reasons. So 100%, if I know that's not my intent, and the woman still goes forward with that intent, and she knows that that's
No,
not,
don't put it on.
No,
I want you to tell me why you choose. Because you got choices before you put your thing in.
have to, I can't have sex, because if I have sex with myself, nobody's going to get pregnant.
That's right. But if
Right?
you put a condom on,
Nobody's gonna get pregnant.
Sometimes, that's not always
oh
true.
my
It's an
God,
accident,
that's
that's
one
one
thing.
thing.
It's an accident. But if
That's
you
not true. My third child was conceived with the condom on, whatever the case may be. My third child was
We
conceived.
say you
with that.
intentionally
But I'm
had
talking about
unprotected
why
sex.
would a man choose to put his raw penis into a young fertile coochie and
Oh
he
my
don't
goodness.
want no kids? You don't want, so you gotta be accountable for that thing too. Just like I gotta be accountable for mine.
I don't disagree with that. I don't
Okay.
disagree with that.
So I want to know why you do
it's
that.
called a gamble.
It's
Oh my God.
It's called a gamble.
Maybe I'm gonna pull out, maybe I'm not.
Now hold on. Now listen to me what I'm saying with that, right? It's called a gamble. I'm just saying it's called a gamble because if we look at the opposite end, how many people that actually intend to have sex that way and intend to procreate?
That wasn't the question.
It's still called a gamble. Listen to what I'm trying to say. Let me drive it home for you, sister. Those people still gamble with that raw sex and what they hoping for, right? A man who's in that same mindset is gamble to get that same love and passion and feeling, and hopefully she don't get pregnant. Hopefully she miscarries. Hopefully she gonna be aborted. It's still a gamble. It's still a risk. I'm not saying it's not a risk, but risk.
You can get that same.
Hey,
you can get
it's
that
risk
same
versus
love and
reward.
feeling with a condom
And then you
on.
gon' then
You
you
can
gon'
get that
shame.
same love and
You gon'
feeling
shame
I
with a
can't-
condom
I
on,
don't-
and then you
And
want to
you should
worry
be
about
ashamed.
being pregnant.
I didn't make my babies that way though.
I'm not saying you specifically. I'm saying men.
Oh, you want me to explain something for something I don't know
To
about?
go raw, knowing
Knowing they don't want no, knowing they don't want
But
to
here's hold on. But here's with me working in fatherhood. This is what I also tell men in that space who do make a child and then have a baby. I say she wasn't all that punk bitch when you was fucking her, right? You wasn't thinking about those things. And same thing with women. He wasn't that bad guy when y'all was laying down together, right? So I don't teach non-accountability. You roll the dice, you gotta live with the consequences if that's your choice in choosing what you do. You may not intend to get this woman pregnant or want to be with this woman, but you might be in a spicy situation and in intense heat of moment. It always happens. We all been guilty of heat of the moment. That's not one thing that none of us can sit at this table and say that we've always been responsible to go get a condom every time all of us have sex. All of us is not. Okay, well, you a nurse, so you might be in that space. Okay,
That was why I said that.
But you're an Aries, though, so I know you're not. You know, it's a little fire.
I am a virgin. I don't know what he's talking about.
So you a live-in virgin?
Legs crossed.
you a live-in virgin?
She said a living virgin. I don't know if those exist.
Yeah. So that's why we got to be real with ourselves. So we all been guilty of those moment and passion situations where we all been guilty of being irresponsible. But at the end of the day, too, granted, yes, a man can make that choice, but regardless of whatever the choice of the man makes, the woman has the ultimate decision over her body.
She does have the ultimate choice. But when I hear men shaming women and then talking about they shouldn't have to pay child support and stuff, because it starts. So I'm a bottom line kind of person. Where does the shit start?
A man shouldn't have to pay
Where
child
does
support
the shit start?
for a child. He
Where
can
do the shit start? The shit start in there.
When
The
you
sperm,
nut
ain't nothing
in
gonna
me.
happen if no sperm.
I disagree with that.
And let's
Ain't
I
nothing-
disagree with
I don't
that.
care if you disagree, because that's
I'm
wrong.
gonna tell you why.
You're wrong. Because
I'm
don't
gonna
shit
tell you why I
happen if there's
disagree.
no sperm.
No, nothing
If you
happens.
don't add no sperm to
Doesn't-
the egg, ain't nothing happening.
But even before
That's
that,
the bottom line.
doesn't anything happen until a woman says it can happen?
Don't nothing happen until the man be like,
Yeah, she can say it can happen, but you can still put a condom.
That's where
That's
the
what
shit
you're
happens.
missing.
Right, but you
So
said it's a lot of
trying.
options that you don't like that do that to you though, right?
You trying to get it. She like you. Maybe she like you.
Okay then,
She want to
so
support you and free up your time.
good. And she got to free up her legs to do that too.
And she do. But you still have an option to put a condom on that mother.
Hello.
I sure do.
Hello.
And so you should if you don't want no kids.
So why don't
And
you?
so you should pay child support. But
Thank you.
I can't have it.
You gotta suffer.
I don't have it.
Okay, you don't have that problem now. You don't have that problem now.
Yeah, talk to me.
You be trying to dance around the question. I don't like that.
I ain't dance around the
You
question.
do. You be trying
When they got something to do
you be
with me,
trying to- oh, well, that was
I'm gonna
different.
talk about me specifically. There's a lot of people out there that know me. Okay, I gotta speak to my.
Yeah,
I gotta
okay.
speak to my truth.
Child.
I gotta tell my truth.
Men have got to be accountable for that, and they need to.
And
Yeah,
I don't
but
like
here's-
how you just say maybe she a miscarriage, maybe she have abortion. Like that's easy. I think niggas think that's a 1, 2, 3 procedure. And me working in healthcare, that is not no joke. A lot of people really have serious complications. From shit
I
like
believe that.
It's a lot of pain. Y'all don't gotta get pregnant. Y'all don't gotta push no baby out. Y'all don't gotta have no period. Y'all don't gotta. What do y'all got going on? And y'all just think the world is just so easy for us.
That's why they do it, because it's so easy for them.
You know what we gotta deal with?
What you gotta do?
We gotta deal with listening to this.
You don't have to. You don't have to. You can. What you say? You can get a dog and live by yourself and die. You don't have to have
He
one.
said
You
that. I didn't
want
say
one.
that.
You
I didn't
want
say
one.
that.
You can get you
Hey,
2 or 3 cats.
but like I know, in order for me to get the sex and companionship that I want and that I would appreciate and value, I know I gotta hear a bunch of shit that I don't want to hear.
But why don't you want to hear it? That's like if you come home and complain about your day and your wife say, JB, I don't want to hear this shit. Take that to your homeboys. I don't want to hear this. You gonna look at her and be like, is you crazy?
Are we companions or not?
Is you crazy? Hello.
You my partner or
Hello. So why it gotta be bullshit when it's us? But y'all don't care about black men's mental health. We suffer in silence. Y'all don't listen to nothing.
You gonna
But
unpack in a
now-
lot of different things. We ain't
No,
even
I'm
said
just
about that. I
saying.
didn't know that.
I'm just saying. But why when
That
it's a
sound
woman
personal.
complaining about stuff we really do be going through? Because a period is not fun. I really want you to know. You done went years without having one. We have one every single
I
month.
never had a
And
period.
labor is
You're right.
definitely
Man,
not
hello, it's not fun. So
never had
it's
a
not
period.
we not complaining for
I don't
our
breathe.
health. Okay, it's not fun. It's really not fun. So it's like it's not complaining. It's more so I want.
You know what I did for my daughters when they got their first period?
What did you do?
I bought them flowers.
That's nice.
Because I knew that was their first thing ushering into womanhood. And I knew that was
That's
something
nice.
that was going to be things that they was going to deal with. So, I got 3 daughters. And so for my 2 daughters that have went through their puberty levels, I gifted them flowers when they got
So
their first
good
thing.
question. So okay, well I don't know. Can I ask you a question?
You can ask me whatever you want
So you got 3 daughters, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know how you just said she want me to free up my time. She got to free up her legs. Would you want a man to say that to your daughter? Would you want your daughter to feel like she got to open her legs to get a man?
So this is the one thing that I teach my daughters, and for one, I tell them to value themselves. I always was a young man in school, and I lost my virginity at 14 years old, and I have beautiful girls. So I tell my daughters since they were 12, 13 years old, there's gonna be boys your age and grown men from this point in your life that are going to be at you, want your attention and your time. What you need to decide is, as long as you love yourself enough to make the decisions that you're comfortable with, then that's what you gotta live with the consequences. I'd be a fool to tell my daughter to be like, no, don't deal with this boy, don't deal with that boy, because I was that boy. And no matter what the game was, whatever I could say, for me to get my hands into that girl's pants when I was a kid or teenager at that time, didn't matter what her daddy told her. So at the end of the day, as long as my daughters make their own decisions based on their power and them loving themselves, then I have no control or no retributions. Of course, we want our kids to be as pure and innocent as possible, but that's being naive. So as long as I tell my daughters to make sure that they value themselves and love themselves, and then the same thing with my son, I said, man, make sure that whatever situation that you coming into, you always making sure you're adding value to every person that you bring into your life or let you accept in your life, and make sure you get value back. It may not be the same equal in value, but make sure it's the value that you're willing to accept. So that's how I raise my kids. So would I care if a nigga tell my daughter that? No, not at all. It's my daughter's choice to decide, is this man worth her time and her value?
How would you feel if she wanted to live in a household where she was a second wife?
That's her choice and her value. And I've had this conversation because I've been in poly relationships already before, where I've had 2 girlfriends at one time, and I've also been a second boyfriend to a married woman a couple of times before, so I understand those different dynamics. So I tell my kids, I say, go find your daddy 2 wives so I can go ahead and settle down. Well, hide it, right? Because at the end of
to go find me 3 husbands. One went to Dallas so she could check out the Dallas Cowboys and see what was going on out there. But no, I'm just kidding. I'm sort of. Anyway,
but it's just ridiculous to think that you gonna hide or shield things from these kids in today and age when they've been basically growing up with the power of the internet in the palm of their hands.
What you gotta teach your kids, especially your girls, is that they have choices, that they have the power. Because, you know, when you run into men, I believe, because I like dominant men, you know, with strong personalities and stuff. Because if they just like a pushover, then that is like, that's a turn off to me. So what you have to teach them is that they have the power to make the decisions. My dad used to tell me that, he told me love is not sex and sex is not love. So I don't equate those two, because he used to tell me that even if you laying in the bed by yourself, you're going to get horny, which you do. You know, if you by yourself, it don't need to be a man there in order for you to desire to have sex. So he told me that it's always my choice. If I want to have sex, then I have sex.
So you just brought my other point back to the point, or back to the basis of it when you were saying, if a man is knowing that this woman want to go, you know, like him and he gonna go raw, but at the end of the day, none of that happens until the woman agrees to do that though.
Then, so you bring up the other side of that, because we both have choices to make. And so I make my choice based on, so I'm not gonna let you go wrong. So I'm not that chick. I don't care how fine you are, what all you got to say. You're not going wrong, because I don't know what you got either. And you might have something.
You can't even get to that.
2 women and stuff.
Right, but you can't even get to that point. You can't even get to that point until you even agree to even be open enough to be intimate with said man, right?
Well, being open.
That's true too, right?
Being open
the woman got the power in
is
that.
a different thing than being responsible in your behavior. So I can be open. I'm a sexual person, so I'm always open to sex. But that does not mean I'm gonna let you go raw. And you, being a responsible person, if you don't want kids, then you should be saying to yourself, I'm not gonna go raw whether she open her legs or not.
With none of that.
Because she's sick.
I never disagree. I never disagree with that.
If a woman lets you have sex with her raw, she has already agreed that whatever happened after this, I'm taking what's gonna happen after this. So if you don't have kids, you should put on a condom.
I haven't.
Because the girl will be open to trapping you. You got all this stuff going on.
Right.
But you should be able to say, no, I got a condom.
I 100% agree with you ladies in that shape, form, or fashion. But unless it's a forceful situation, no sex is not taking place until the woman agrees to have sex.
Mm-hmm.
That's just
we are agreeing with you, JB, but we're saying agreeing to have sex does not mean you're agreeing to unprotected sex.
I never agreed. I didn't agree to that.
So why you didn't bring your own condom and put it on?
She asked me the question hypothetically. I was just defending men in that space and sense. I don't have that problem. My mic chart is updated.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just think that men, instead of shaming women who are single parents, they really need to look at the responsibility.
So that goes back to your original question.
Y'all be having homeboys that
they play a part in making that baby.
Y'all still
you can't have a baby without no semen.
No man can hang around me that don't take care of his kids.
You said what?
No man can hang around me that don't take care of his kids. No man in my phone, no man on my Facebook, no man can never step in my house that is known and constantly don't take care of his kids.
I'm glad you're like that. Because I know a lot of niggas who don't do that. They be in the club kicking it with
man, I ain't gonna put my brother on the spot. I'm gonna keep his name off the podcast. But my man, unfortunately, had 2 kids by women who graduated across the stage together in high school. And his kids are both grown. One graduated college, one decided to go to school, not be in school. But regardless of his mistake that he made as a young man, he still stayed in those kids' lives and still was able to do that for his lives. So regardless of what his decision was in going raw and women, and regardless of what they told him, because most of the time a nigga ain't gonna want no kids. So even with my first kid, my baby mama did tell me she was on birth control and wasn't. You know what I'm saying? So whether that might have been a misunderstanding, miscase, I still chose to go forward with it, even with the trust, which was still, like I say, I grew up with my son. I was 21 years old when that situation happened. But he had his dad in his life. I didn't have my father in my life. So that was really important for me to do that. But let me go back to the original question, though, because we always getting off. Why is it okay for women to
shame? And it's not okay. Just my point, it's not okay. I have 2 boys, so sometimes I look at things a little bit differently. I'm a female. I understand the women when they're saying certain things, but I also look at things from a man point of view, because I do have young men, and I do see the trappings of some of the young women, what they do, what they don't do. My son, I was like, X got 6 or 7 grandkids, I don't know now. But anyway,
Six.
And
okay, grandmama.
Right, and I have none. And I remember saying to my son, dang, like, and I remember he said, if I'm gonna have kids, it needs to be with the right one. And I thought about it later, and I said, you know what? I want a little grandkid, you know, so I can spoil and everything.
So you wanted more for him than he wanted for himself.
Right. Not only that, I had to realize if he gets with the wrong chick, he gets with the wrong girl, I may not see that baby anyway. Mm-hmm. And she may use that child as leverage, all kind of stuff. So I had to pull back and say, you know what? He thinking, I'm thinking one way, he thinking logically, which is the way I should have been thinking, but I don't want him to have a child with somebody who all we doing is paying child support. We never get to see that child. Ooh. That child is used as leverage to control me, because I'm gonna have something to say. My child, he gonna have something to say. And so yeah, so I look at stuff a lot of times from the young man's side of point of view, because I have boys, and so I also see the young women and what they do and what they don't do and how they control the men. And you know, if I can't have you, you can't see your kids. What is that about? This ain't got nothing to do with the kids. Those kids didn't ask to be brought in the world. Y'all got together, unprotected sex, and now you got a child. But now you looking at the daddy that if you can't have him, 1, or if he ain't paying the amount of child support to take care of you, 2. So yeah, I have an issue with that. And what I mostly have an issue with as women, sometimes we don't take accountability for our shit. Like, we don't. And so that bothers me, because it takes 2 to tango, but in the end, who gonna have that child? Who chooses to have that child? Whether you believe or don't believe in abortion or what have you, you still choose. And what's going on now with the voting and all this other stuff, the biggest thing everybody keeps saying, all the women, he trying to take they gonna take the right of us to be able to have to abort a child. That's the biggest thing that's going on now. Abort a child. That's the only main thing everybody going for Kamala.
That's for white women.
And so
black women don't have that problem.
Black, whatever. But the black women are they rah Kamala, and I've heard them say, yeah, we should be able to control our bodies. We should be, just like the men should be able to control their bodies. Mm-hmm. But
so let me reframe this in a different way then. So where is the thin line between
love and hate?
Between shaming and maybe advocating for your standards?
Shaming is like if a man came up to me and I was at the bar, came up to me, maybe he not my type, he like short, fat, whatever, anything.
That's
like
shaming.
Exactly. And I looked at him and he asked me my number. I said, I don't talk to you, fat ass, or like just like said it in a rude way versus, oh no, I'm not really interested. Shaming is just like, I feel like that's being rude with it. Or like how y'all were talking about, I think Becky said something about money.
Yeah, you better.
I just said the other day, I feel like people, especially my age, they have turned dating into like the tricking Olympics.
Exactly.
Like that's all
yes.
everybody care about
yes.
is who gonna pay for what, you gonna do this, you gonna buy me a Gucci bag, you gonna buy me this, you gonna buy me that.
Whoa.
Like it's
Exactly.
all everything. You gonna pay my rent, you the girls meet
On a date?
meet a nigga first date. Yes, they be wanting rent paid, bills paid, buy me a wig,
I actually want to meet that woman.
all kind of stuff. So I don't like that because I feel like it's stupid.
So I could break that all the way down.
So no, I just feel like it's not really a thin line, but I feel like everybody is definitely allowed to have preferences. I don't like when people say like, people be wrong for saying, me personally, I know it's gonna sound crazy because I'm so light, I don't like light-skinned men. Like, I prefer men
Yeah,
that got some,
that's your
right, but
natural,
people
that's
look at
not-
that and
that's
say
your
like,
preference.
you're like Shank, or like,
No,
I don't
that's
like
not.
bigger dudes, I like skinny dudes. People will say, you're fat shaming. No, it's
If
just,
you
I
keep yourself
have a
unsure about
type.
what you not do that though.
But that don't mean nothing, because I know some girls I look
Let
at
me
that
give you
like
an
big niggas.
example.
I like big guys.
Yeah, so
I like
like,
tall,
yeah.
big guys.
Let me
But-
give you an example of what somebody may consider shaming, right? So, throughout my life, I've always attracted older women. I don't know why, whatever the case may be. I hate wedges. I hate wedges. Shoes.
The shoes, the heels.
I hate wedges.
Oh.
I hate wedges to a T.
Why? What is the hate with wedges? What is that? Like, why do men hate wedges?
Nobody finds a big clunk of cork attractive on a woman.
Speak for yourself.
He is speaking for himself.
If a man likes
He
a
likes
woman in
letters.
wedges, he got
He
gout.
like a heel.
He need a hip replacement. He got a slow pop. Cause hold on. All right, let's break it down. All right, high heels on the bar, right? High heels on the pool table. High heels on the piano board. Wedges on the on the desk. You see the difference in that? It's not the same, right? A high heel gon', you know what I'm saying? So anyhow, now that's my preference, right? Is that shaming?
No, but if you see
Hey,
a woman with wedges, is that
Now here's what I've been guilty of. I've been guilty of not going on dates with a woman who's came to my house in wedges. Because if she knows,
that's kind of.
but
she
if she knows I don't like that, and you come to my house with that, then to me purposely, you dismissing me.
So why would you pick a woman that wear them though? The same way you might not have known that she
Wait a
wears
minute
them,
now.
she might not have known that you didn't like them.
As a woman who I love heels. I got all kind of heels, and wedges are a heel. I have some 7-inch wedges that's bad.
That's why I said
Bad
I
to
see
you.
the wedge.
No, so
Real
they're bad.
ones.
Period.
Hello.
Because it's the shoe and the outfit. You know, like these shoes. See these shoes
Those are cute.
with the pink, the
Yeah,
whole thing.
yeah.
The
That's
shoe
true.
and the outfit go together. So there are some outfits that wedges really set off. So I got a few pair, and they bad. You
just
ain't
don't
gonna
like
not go on a date with me with my legs if I show up in some wedges.
You will miss out on a woman on your life because she
say
showed up there with
I'm willing to do that. I'm willing to do that. I'm willing to do that. Because wedges do not make dicks hard, okay?
Yeah.
Stilettos make dicks hard. Do you see strippers in wedges?
Yes.
See, you already made a
Whisper make your dick hard.
Hello? Man.
What?
Hey.
You got a dick?
I said a whisper make your
Anything
Do you
make
got a
your
dick?
dicks hard.
Do you got a dick?
Yes, I do.
You rub up
You
against
do?
the shower
Yes, I
curtain
do.
the
All
wrong
right,
way.
so now
you
this
might
a
get
different
hard.
podcast. I ain't
Stop.
paying for that one.
Like,
I thought it was
stop
Girl Talk plus
Stop it.
plus one.
Cause you playing.
Y'all didn't say 3 and a half.
Whisper, make it out.
Y'all didn't say 3 and a half.
Don't play first.
That's too funny. Okay.
So that's what I'm saying. So that's just me and my preference in a sense,
in a
right?
way that's shaming? Are you doing it in a shameful way?
Not initially.
Are you saying that?
Not initially.
If you
All right,
wear wedges,
let me break it
you're
down.
right.
Let me break it down for if I have something that I don't like in a woman, right? The first thing is gonna be an observation, like, hey, okay, we finna go to the Tom Joyner boat cruise. You know what I'm saying? So I might say something a little subtle like that. I'm not gonna be condescending. I'm like, hey, sweetheart, you know, next time, leave the wedges for your homegirls or Sunday service. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say something, right? But I am gonna be
Don't
very.
You seen the right wedges. I don't think you've seen it right.
So do you think that's shaming or no?
So shaming to me.
No, I'm telling you, it's levels to it. Because I'm not like me.
It's just rude. You don't gotta do all the extra. Just be like, I don't really. Just to be honest with you, baby, I don't really like wedges.
I'm only gonna get rude till we get to the third, fourth time. Then I'm gonna be an asshole because now I'm repeatedly telling you this.
Are you shaming other women that like to wear wedges that are not trying to date you?
Depends on where we at.
Exactly.
So that's
I have
your dusty
all right. One of my guilty things I hate about myself is like I'm a sneakerhead, so I'm a shoe person. So like I just see feet sometimes. A lot
sneakers,
of feet. Shoes, feet, toes. I'm a stickler. I like pretty feet women. My mama had bad feet as a kid, so that terrified me. So I like pretty feet on women. I go get my feet done. Shout out to Lisa Finesse Nails Nail Bar on City Street.
On what street?
Center Street bed. That's a nail bar. And Dr. Jennifer Potts, they got a school in there too. So I'm not gonna come to you with the same level of expectations I'm not gonna keep for myself, right? So why would I have bogus feet and I expect you to have bogus feet? Why would I have messed up kicks and shoes and not have you expect messed up shoes? I got hard bottoms and things of that nature too, so it's not all about sneakers, but I really enjoy shoes. So my thing is feet, and then by me DJing, I see hundreds of people. So over the years, I mysteriously created a photo album called Bogus Club Toes.
Oh damn! Okay, I'm going to have to go through that. That is so. I'm going to have to check that out.
So it's a very interesting thing.
But you want her to jump into your time, and this is what you spend your time.
She don't.
Hey, baby, organize these pictures of feet for me.
I said I hate this about myself, but also too, if a woman knowing me, then she know that I'ma notice that. I'm be like, ooh, that's a chip nail.
Okay, so if a woman, if I'm talking the baddest woman you ever like meet, oil criteria fits, because she showed up to your house with some wedges, you rather not go on a date with her than be like, come on, we finna go to the store and buy you a new pair of shoes.
I'm gonna have to stop you right there. She not the baddest with wedges.
Man, you put on some blue wedges with some shorts.
You one of them people. You do know clothes can be changed, right? You do know the shoe's not glued to her feet. She's not a Barbie doll. She can change her clothes.
I'm okay with you even having flats. A lot of women got flat feet. I get it. A lot of women ankles is bigger than their foot. I get it.
Anything but wedges.
The ankle is
A lot of women got low iron, so I know they stuff swells sometimes.
Oh my God.
It happens. I understand it in that.
Dang,
We can do that. Keep you a pair of dunks in the car, except the pandas.
He hates
So we supposed to be going to Capitol Grill. You want to put on some dunks with a nice dress on? No, I got.
If you had your shoes in the car and you putting the dunks on, we're just going to eat.
Tennis shoes.
Tennis shoes.
Yeah, dunks.
Yes. I'm not putting that on.
You
to
don't
go
play
to,
tennis in
I'm not
dunks.
putting that on to go to no fancy restaurant.
And I would appreciate you not do that.
What's wrong with the dunks?
What's wrong with
Said
panda
not panda.
dunks?
It's nothing wrong with them.
Panda
You're
dunks.
come on now. You hopping on the bandwagon. It's nothing wrong with them. They don't. It's like a pair of
That's
white
the problem.
dookies. What's wrong with white dookies? What's wrong with white dookies? Oh, now it's different.
The opposite of what's wrong with black dookies.
Shut up. It's nothing wrong with panda.
So are you shaming for your preferences the same way that you
I don't feel like I'm shaming, but I will get to a point where I will start shaming if I have to repeat myself. So that's one of my biggest pet peeves.
But you the question was what she wears. So the first question, you control what
We
she
had that was the first question. Should a man be concerned about what you wear? And I told you I've had the opposite situation. I'll be like, damn, we ain't going to 502. What you got that on for?
But you just said, why is it okay for women to shame? Meaning you're in a way saying it's not okay for women to shame. But you just said you were shaming women for.
I'm not going out directly and say all women who wear wedges ain't shit. That's what I feel is shame. I'm not saying that. I'm not shaming for that. Any women dealing with me wearing wedges ain't gonna fly. Okay. You can wear wedges if you want. Hey, wear them with your sisters. Wear them to the strawberry factory or the whatever the strawberry festival, whatever you want to do with your peoples. Yeah, just don't bring them around me. See now look how funny that is. See how you look at it.
No, I'm laughing at you.
Would you wear those?
Let me see. Let me see the picture.
I've seen some.
Are you young enough and your ankle structure is good enough for you to have to not wear ankles?
I wear heels. I wear heels.
Exactly.
But that's not me saying wedges are ugly. Wedges go with certain outfits.
Why don't you wear wedges?
Because if I'm wearing, I personally feel like wedges like these go with like sundresses, shit like that. I've never been to a type of
You don't wear
event where I
sundresses?
wear. I wear sandals. I've never been to an event wearing a sundress that
Answer
I wear
my
wedges.
question. Why don't you wear wedges personally?
I
You
don't
wear heels,
own
right?
a pair. I don't have it. I'm not saying I never would or that they're
When you-
ugly. I just don't own
And
it.
you're in your 20s, right?
I'm 25. Yes.
There we go. That's why you don't wear wedges.
This is not a club
You still have a-
shoe. Well, it depends on the club. If it's a beach club, yes. But
No,
like
in the beach, who supposed to wear that clunky ass shit in the sand
a beach,
and next to
no,
water?
beach club. You're not
Let me
understanding.
see the shoe.
You don't know the wedges,
She
like a
could wear
wedge.
any type of wedge.
I just searched wedges. I just searched wedges, and he has
I'm wearing my wedges, baby.
I'm saying it's other ones that
We
are.
got you, Auntie Becca.
This is
We see you, Auntie Becca.
This is technically a wedge. This is a stripper shoe.
Oh, you can't call her auntie.
No, that's a
It's a wedge, though.
That's a retired stripper shoe.
No, that's a
Wedge just means
That's a retired stripper
Wait,
shoe.
a retired stripper shoe. I want to see
this. It's a
probably
wedge
like
just
them.
means the structure of the shoe.
I knew she was gonna like them.
Wedge just
I knew
means
she
the
was
structure
gonna
of the
like
shoe.
some jeans or some shorts. Those are the cute.
Yeah. Like
Good luck getting a woman who got her own stuff together and telling her not to put on.
Okay.
You say good luck for me?
Yeah, you need
No, I don't got that problem, man. It's a numbers game. I told y'all. I'm a black man, 43 years old, no felonies, all my teeth, taking care of my kids,
that's all
2
it takes.
degrees.
No felonies on your
Man,
teeth. That's all it
just
takes.
little shit like that, man, put me in a different category, especially in Milwaukee. Shoot.
In Milwaukee, because there's a whole other thing where there's women.
Never
who-
been gay, never
There's
had
never
a
been gay.
virgin
The fact that you
asshole.
have young kids under 18 disqualifies you for some way.
A lot of that.
So there's a whole there are things that do disqualify.
I'm not
you.
everybody's cup of tea, but I'm somebody's tequila.
Exactly.
But that's for
And they gonna
And
try
that's
to-
the same thing about the girl with the wedges.
But that's for
That's right.
everybody.
Because I ain't never had no dude not go out with me if I had
Hello.
no wedges.
I'll show up
They
with
don't
nothing but the
never
wedges,
had
and
no
I'm bitch
bitch
like
go out because I had no wedges. I got on heels.
To be honest with you,
They
that's
don't
I've
want
ever
the
heard
chick
somebody
that got
didn't
on the
like
flats.
wedges.
They want a woman to actually wear heels.
Do you like wedges? You like wedges?
You've been outsmarted.
All right, well, it's 2-1.
Yeah, but I wouldn't date you because you got young kids, so you don't count.
That's perfectly fine.
Right. So we just cancel each other out.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Because I'm definitely going to wear my wedges. I don't wear them every day, but I do wear them.
Go ahead, Mary. You going down, right?
Mary J. Blige. Mary J. Blige? Oh. Oh, yeah, that's Mary J.
He need to be on the
I'm
blog
lost.
Right, as soon as she come out with the wedges, pop, 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 pop.
No, me and Mary don't have nothing in common. Because I was just thinking how much I appreciate the men that have loved me throughout my life, and it made me understand what it felt like to actually be loved by a man. So it makes you not settle for less. Because I've been loved. My husband loved me. My daddy loved me. And I've
You
had
had a good
relationships.
foundation.
And I've had relationships with men who really loved me. So I ain't gotta worry about. I don't have Mary J. Blige story where she done all the men done did. I ain't been cheated on like that. I ain't been abused like that. I don't have that whole story. So yeah, I'm not married. Cause my daddy told me some stuff. Cause I got the game.
And that's very fortunate, but it's very few women who have that relationship with a father. Not just a daddy, with a father.
Oh yeah, my father was there.
Yeah.
He got on my nerves a lot.
I didn't ask that question. That's a good question.
He got on my nerves a lot.
I didn't bring that question up.
Everybody come on. I wish I had my daddy. I wish you can have my daddy. You want him? You can have that. But yeah, I realize now that he's gone too.
Rest in peace, Pops.
He was 91 when he died.
Wow.
So just having that influence in your life. Because I realize now that I repeat a whole lot of the shit that he used to tell me. And I live by those things. So he definitely was an influence. So I do see the importance of a father. Absolutely see the importance of a dad.
And the way that y'all hold, like when you tell when y'all be having these conversations with y'all daughters and y'all say, well, ain't nothing we could do, woo, but the weight that my daddy held in my sex life as a teenager, he don't even recognize, he don't even realize how much weight he really held when it came to me making a decision on whether I was gonna have sex or not.
And who he was gonna bring home. My thing was because my dad was a talker and a debater. So he was intellectual as well. He watched everything, made me watch all kind of stuff. So the thing about it is, the men that you play with, and then the ones that you can take home that run across your dad. Because my dad gonna talk to you, and then he gonna talk to me. So I'm gonna make sure the conversation he has with me is not Why you bring that idiot?
No.
Because I did do it once.
But that's amazing that you were able to have, first off, that openness with your father in relationship, and just being able to have another man as a contrast and catalyst. That's not prevalent today and age. A lot of these women, and even well into their 30s and almost 40s, don't have that healthy relationship, especially like coming out of the 80s, where different social economic things pushed the man out of the house. 60s, 70s, we had the feminist movement, housing, where you can't have a man in the house in order to get certain things. And then you think about, too, the 80s, we didn't have the internet or facial recognition or social media where a man can come from Mississippi. My dad was married when he made his kids, you know what I'm saying? So he was able to come up, give my mama different names or have a whole different thing and not have that space and time.
Okay, I don't want to cut you off, but we got 3 minutes is up. So make sure you come back for question number 4. Let's talk about it with Xavier Fox. Girl Talk plus 1. The bathroom is straight back.
That was a good one too.
Yeah, that was a good one too. Yeah.
Okay.
Dude, don't be beating me up over here, man. We cool. I'm on your side, sister. I'm on your sister. It's all about me.
Dedicated to Black independent artists.
Dedicated
I guess
to
I'm
Black
hiding behind the scenes because I ain't seen you go like that.
I like that. But let's make it free.
How about a channel dedicated to Black authors?
How about a channel
So this time you're gonna
dedicated to Black authors?
Apple TV and
You don't like wedges?
I like that. But let's make it free.
Black Children's Learning Channel.
You can wear flats?
Black Children's Learning Channel.
I really wear flat though.
What should we call it?
ExplorersTV.com.
And let's not forget about Black women.
And let's not forget about Black women.
And we can't forget about Black women.
This is exciting.
I like that. But let's make it free for you.
This is exciting.
What about original content?
Original content. What should we call it?
ExplorersTV.com.
Wait a minute. It has to stream on Apple TV,
Apple TV,
Roku,
on Roku,
and Amazon Fire TV.
and Amazon TV.
I like that. But let's make it free for you.
A travel blog would be really nice too.
And you have to cover Black business travel.
What about original content?
A Black Children's Learning Channel.
This is exciting.
What should we call it?
ExplorersTV.com.
ExplorersTV.com. It has to tell us where to go and what to do in Black America.
Where to go and what to do in Black America. Hold up. How many channels is that? ExploreUsTV.com.
I like that. But let's make it free for you.
Let's make it free for a whole year.
And let's make it free for a whole year.
Entrepreneur, Mr. Ed Pickens. How are you today?
I'm great. It's an honor to be here, as usual.
And we are so glad to have you. So the reason we brought you up today is because we heard a lot about the amazing things you have going on in the city of Milwaukee. We just want to learn a bit about your background, what
pretty good. It was basic. I was raised by my grandparents. I grew up in the house with my grandmom and granddad. My mom was very involved in my life as well. My stepdad. So it was kind of like my auntie told me the other day I was spoiled because I had 2 sets of parents. But I didn't even realize that because I was not spoiled in the traditional sense because I was taught hard work, respect, character, and stuff like that. I grew up in 23rd and Capitol. Playground was my second home, unlike today, but yeah, that's what I did a lot growing up, stayed on the playground as much as possible.
So, you had fun playing around with the community, your neighborhood friends. You said you might have been looked at as a little spoiled growing up. But let me ask you, because I've heard you ran into a little trouble in your younger years. So, can I ask, how did you grow up living like that, but then took a turn for maybe the worse? Let us know the story.
Okay, so in my community, I think it was a melting pot. We had all the options was on the table. Growing up in that area, in that era, 70s, 80s, you kind of seen the right thing, but you also seen the wrong thing. And sometimes intelligence can be a double-edged sword. Sometimes you think you're smart enough where the options is not limited. So you can say, well, I don't hustle, I don't do the street thing, but I can. I'm sharp. If I choose to, I can do it because I'm around it all the time. I didn't indulge until I got about 18 years old. My granddad, who was a major guide for me, he offered me a lot of guidance growing up, and he passed away my senior year of high school. And when he passed away, I kind of took on the mantle to say I'm a man. I don't need guidance anymore because I don't trust anybody else's wisdom or knowledge because my granddad is gone. So now I got to become a man and make decisions for myself. And I started to make decisions, and a lot of them wasn't good, which was turning to the streets because finances became a huge part of my problems at the age of 18. So, I decided to jump in the street game and make me a quick buck.
Oh, mine or her?
Well, you need to set my Facebook. I added you on Facebook.
You on top? Me? How you find my Facebook?
Cause she had all the names and stuff
tagged. I'm just saying. Figure out how you do my last name.
Yeah.
Welcome back to
I need to get down here so I can
TV.
start laughing.
Trinity Rush.
Yeah, I'm cracking up.
Hello everyone, I'm Ruben Hopkins with Explorers TV, and we are here today with Chandler Williams, who is the CEO of Breast Cancer Models Inc. Chandler's here to discuss with us and share with us her up.
Okay, now I ain't the best. All right.
Should be used to make money go on there.
Hey, we definitely got a bunch more beverages though.
Man, we gonna go back to the crib and refill.
Yeah, I ain't gonna go to the crib and grab some bread for cuz though, so you can go to the stuff.
That's fine. We outside?
We
I only got 2 spots to go.
That's up. We outside.
But you know how that can go. What time you got work tomorrow?
When I feel like getting up.
All right, good.
Hello.
Here, we'll take the rest of this then. This is the last little shot in there.
You want a drink? You want a cup?
Can you text me the address to that place you just said?
I'm gonna send you the flyer, Queen.
Frankie
What's
Beverly, baby?
207 East Buffalo. Yeah, show speed. There's gonna be some men there on your level that's available for the qualities that you're looking to provide and accept.
And you can weigh your wedges.
I don't really wear wedges that often.
Moo Moo Mondays coming soon.
Moo Moo Mondays. Oh, are we back on? Oh, damn, we talking. We don't care talking.
It's a good vibe. I appreciate y'all having me.
We are back to Let's Talk About It with Xavier Fox, and we are on Girl Talk +1. And our +1 has forbade us to wear wedges.
Around me.
That's where we gonna start.
Wear them with your sisters.
Listen, wedges are really cool. Anyway, so we are off to question number 4, or topic number 4. Lord have mercy. Pray for us. What is it?
All right. So, is dating a woman who can't control her mouth when angry the same as dating a man who can't control his hands when angry?
Oh shit.
No, not at all.
Lord.
Not at all.
All right,
Yes,
so take it.
it's
Take
the
it.
same.
All right, well, we're gonna start with Katie. Then
I'm
we're
gonna say
go to
no
Rebecca.
because at the end of the day, I do understand. Although 9 times out of 10, a woman's physical harm is probably not gonna do much to a man. Words may do more, possibly, not really, because I can always pick up a weapon, anything like that, and harm you way more. You're a grown man, so sticks and stones break my bones, but words should never hurt me. You're a grown man. Me saying anything to you should never be as bad as you know. It's physical harm. Physical harm is way worse than
Words from a
words.
true Aries.
What you mean? I'm
Words
just
from
saying,
true
a
Aries.
man knocking me out is way worse than me saying, "Oh, I'm finna go fuck your daddy" or do anything like that. I'm trying to think of the worst thing. That you can say to a man. So that's what I'm saying.
Hey,
But
she been reading Cardi B tweets.
you can say anything to a man. You can
That's
say
a Cardi B
anything.
tweet right there.
And I'm the type of person that if I know I'm making you mad or I know it's something I can say in a moment you piss me off that I know can hurt your feelings, I'm gonna say it. But
See, I think that's disrespectful.
that's different.
All right, hold on.
But that's only if I'm provoked
Let's get
first.
Becca though.
That's
Let's
only
get
if I'm
Becca.
provoked first.
Because Becca disagreed with her.
But you gotta think about what the question was. It wasn't disrespectful. Is that the same as a man physically harming you? And it's not.
Okay.
I never said it wasn't
so we
right.
we got
I
one
mean,
for
or it
no.
was right,
We
but
got one for
it's not
no.
the same.
Becca says yes. Tell us what
Ask
your
the
guess
question
is.
again.
Is it the okay? Is a woman who can't control her mouth when angry the same as a man who can't control his hands when angry?
The reason why I'm gonna say yes is not because of the level of pain inflicted. The reason why I'm gonna say yes is because y'all both breathe. Because I was gonna say the horrible thing.
Speak.
Because both of y'all are dealing with the same internal issue. And if you look at it on a spiritual level, you dealing with the same spirit, just one of them is a way more out of control than the other person.
Church.
Because if you can't control your mouth, you could tear down everything you build. You build everything with your mouth. You tear down everything with your mouth. You could defile your relationship with your mouth. You could defile yourself with your mouth. That same spirit is the same spirit that's in this man, this anger and his lack of discipline and control. And he takes it out in a horrible manner. It's never okay for you to put your hands on, but it's the same spirit is what I'm saying. It's the same thing. But one of them is more aggressive in this situation than the other one. But you definitely are dealing with the same monster. It's the
All right.
same monster.
So we got 1 and 1. Let's talk to our veterans over here.
Okay. I'm on the veterans side. So listen, to me, I'm not a person. I don't have the mouth. That's not my style. I'm real laid back. So I don't even remember. It's been so long. So, but a dude knocking the shit out of you is way worse than anything I can say to you. I don't care what that spirit is. We both might have an angry spirit. We both might have whatever kind of spirit. But we read. Okay, so one of my ex-friends was a survivor of domestic violence. I was around for that shit. I remember her being in a coma in a hospital because he beat her and drug her with his car. My words ain't never gonna put your ass in a coma, okay? So I don't care what the spirit is. That's some bullshit to me. I don't care what your spirit is. I don't care about that spirit, cause I ain't Christian anyway. So that whole thing,
It don't have to be a Christian thing. A spiritual realm, regardless of what you believe, whether you're a Christian or a Muslim or whatever, everybody is a living spirit. So
but
you
I
can
don't
still
care what
have a negative spirit.
I get what you're saying.
If
You're
that
both
spirit
lacking
cuss me
self-control.
out, if that spirit
Exactly.
cuss me out,
You're
if
both
that
lacking
spirit
self-control,
say
but-
I'm gonna sleep with your daddy, if that spirit say I'm gonna sleep with your mama, if that spirit say that you on some shit, whatever that spirit say, I'm still gonna walk away from that spirit. But if that spirit choke me out, if that spirit knock me
One
out,
is a true
if that
action,
spirit
and one
beat
is
me
just
to
words.
death, I might go into a grave. So it is not the same.
Exactly.
It is way worse. Sticks and stones, words. You can say, okay, so the person I am, because I am laid back, you can say all kind of shit to me. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna say some shit.
all kind of shit.
I'm gonna say some shit to you. I'm gonna say some shit to you. You
say
gonna say some
some
shit to me. We gonna both live another
Right,
day.
and you can
to
always
say some
come
more
back
shit
from
to
certain.
each other.
You can come
but
back
if you
from
kill
certain
me,
words.
Oh, it's certain words
If
you
you
can
kill
never
me-
come back from. It's people who said
I'm
things
not
you
dead.
can never come back
I'm
from
not
certain
dead.
words.
Well, let's
that
get
you
Paige
said.
take on it. So
I'm
we
not
got,
dead.
so
I'm
we
not
got,
dead.
we got, we got two
Is what
saying.
I'm saying. I get what you're saying, but I'm saying one is
You
a
got
true
one time to
action.
shit on me. You got one time to shit on me. You say things. You can say something to me that you can never take back.
So do you
Okay,
feel the
then
same
I don't
about
want you in
physical
my life
violence?
no
A
more
person
if I
has
say
one
So,
time to hit you.
I
so
didn't know.
let's
You
get,
got-
let's
but
get
you
Paige.
still not gonna
Let's
hit
get
us.
Paige. Let's get Paige. Let's get Paige. So we got, so we got two.
When it comes to
We got two saying no, and we got one saying yes. Is the same. We got two
That's
saying
what I'm
no.
saying. I think that's what he asked.
All right, Paige, what you think?
So I've never been in an abusive relationship, but I've been kidnapped before. But anyway, that's close enough. But I've been kidnapped
Whoa.
too. What? I've been
Is that,
kidnapped.
was that fun?
I've been
She said,
kidnapped.
was it
Oh.
hard? It was like you
I
was on a damn
didn't know that was
field
wrong,
trip. Like she
man.
Dora or something.
All right, I'm gonna meet you at the bar. And I'm gonna put you in the van. Tie you up, and then we can go by the river.
Stalkers are not fun.
Was y'all tied up, like
Stalkers are not
physically
fun.
restrained?
I was in the car.
I was in
It
the
was on
car,
highway.
lock
I
in the
opened
car,
the
put
door.
somebody in the car and lock you in and get
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
highway in the
In the
fast
fast-
lane.
fast-
There's
yeah.
nothing for you
What are
to
y'all
do.
doing to these men?
You said what?
What are y'all doing to these men to make them act
What's he
like
gonna
that?
take you?
Stalkers
That means
are not
stalkers
fun.
have
Okay,
a problem
so-
already. They have an obsession problem. It's not what you
Yeah.
do to them.
Yeah.
Because men say all the time, oh, what did you do? You must have really been put on him.
They
It's
upset.
just
I want you,
even
girl. I
back.
just want you.
One of my
Nobody else
stalkers
can
I
have
They
it.
never
make up
had
their
sex
own
with, I never
delusions
been
in their
kissed.
head.
I want somebody to make me feel like that. No lie.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. I want to be so obsessed with somebody. I want to make her bushes.
feel like that.
No, you don't.
I do. I want to feel like that one time.
make nobody
I want to be
feel
so
like that.
obsessed that I'm breathing on somebody's
Oh,
window
hell no.
on the second floor.
And I've had that. But they climbed up on the back porch. No, you don't.
Yeah, I want to feel like that about somebody. I want to be that crazy.
That shit.
Yeah,
But go ahead.
Yeah, I've had stalkers. So I've never been. So did I act a fool then when I thought I was kidnapped? Yes, I did. But because I was like, one of us is gonna die.
I didn't, because I knew it would be me if I
I was like, I just went crazy. I was like, hey, one of us gotta go. So I've never been in an abusive relationship, although I was stalked and I was kidnapped. And so I've seen people get, brutally beaten and things like that. So it's twofold for me because how I look at words. When I was younger, I used words to hurt people because it was something I could do. Like I knew if I'm gonna hurt you, I can't physically hurt you, so my words are gonna hurt you. And I learned a long time ago that words have power. You have to be I'm very intentional with my words. No matter who I'm talking to, I'm intentional because I know what words can do to people. And so I've seen people emotionally and mentally abused with words, and I've seen people physically abused with the beating and the dragging and all that other stuff. So for me, it's twofold. Like I can't imagine being in a relationship with somebody and they call me out my name. Like that at that point, I know you're telling me you no longer want us to be together. I know you're telling me you no longer respect me. I know you're telling me it's over without telling me it's over. Because once you call me or once I'm not Paige or Babe or whatever we got our names are, I know you no longer want me. right, with those words. And so when I see,
So you're saying the words can be equally as devastating as a physical abuse?
They can be.
So we're
but
split.
I'm split because I also know I've seen the physical abuse that the person.
Just like she said, you can walk away from somebody calling you out your name. Yes, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt. But it's hurt.
You can walk away.
It's not the same.
You can walk away, but you may never be the same.
It don't matter. You're not dead.
You're not dead. But if
That's
you're dead
the
physically,
bottom line.
if you're
I'm a bottom line
dead
person.
mentally,
I ain't dead.
if you dead, I've had people.
I'm still breathing.
I've
I
had
can
people
grow
come.
and heal.
I've had people
But
come
how-
here and so abused by some words that were said to them.
They have the opportunity
Becca
to
can
heal
tell
and
you.
grow.
I give people hugs
what
all
if
the
they don't
time
know how to do that,
because they are so.
They still alive, so they can
You
learn.
can
how to do it.
learn.
Sometimes yes, but I want to piggyback off of what she's saying, and also too a little bit what Rebecca was saying as well. So nobody's wrong, okay? So I know the panel was split on that, and for me, I'm right in the middle in between because I've walked away from women from both physical abuse, and I've walked away from women. So literally, if we have a physical contact in that type of space and sense of that nature, if you feel, I'm never not gonna be the aggressor. So if you feel like you bold enough to attack me, then it's definitely a wrap. So we moving on. There are certain things that a woman can say to me that will show her level of disrespect and her level of unappreciativeness that will also make me walk away. So for me, I'm kind of 50-50 with that, but I do get the ramifications. But verbal and physical abuse can both have lingering and lasting effects. You know what I'm saying?
But
Unless a person is dead, then yes, then no, a person can't
dead.
recover from that. But if a person is also mentally dead, it's hard to recover from that as
It might
well
be hard to recover,
because that mental
but it's
death.
not impossible.
But that mental
it's
death
not
can
impossible.
lead to a physical death too as well. Because we hear people commit suicide because they may not have been enough, or they may have been down to things of that nature.
Yes.
So mental abuse can lead to physical abuse, and they usually are one in the hand, right?
But that wasn't the question. The question, I'm answering the question flat out. You said, is it the same? It's not the same.
It's not.
I never said it wasn't. I never said it wasn't bad. I never said it was right. But I'm saying it's not the same.
I never said you were wrong either, right?
No, I didn't. I'm just saying.
I didn't say you were wrong either.
I've been in an abusive relationship before. So the reason why I'm gonna say it's the same is because the early sign of being, before you ever get to the level where you are abused, it start with your mouth. Your mouth gonna tell everything. If you tell me you gonna do this, and my grandma said if he throw a feather, he'll throw a punch. If you say anything to me that indicates to me that this is what you gonna do, we're done.
But exactly, but then you're able to walk away without actually getting beat. So that's what I'm saying. If they're
Maybe
saying
she was
that,
or she
if
wasn't,
they're
though.
saying
That's
that
not-
to you,
that's not
then
easy
you're
for
picking
everybody
up
to
on
walk
that,
away.
and you're
You
saying,
never
oh,
get me to
well
that
then
level.
if you're
It's the
staying
same.
in
For me,
that
it's the
situation,
same.
that's you're doing that's your choice.
It
But what I'm
is
saying
a choice,
is,
but
if
sometimes
you're
you
gonna
might
give
have
me
the
a
options to
warning
make
and
better
say,
choices.
if you get in my face one more time, I'm gonna hit you in your shit, it's different than him just turning around and just doing it.
But it don't
At
never
least
work
now
out
you
where
have
you
an
just turn
option.
around and
Right,
just
but like I'm
turn around
saying,
and hit you like
what
that.
natural healthy human being, male or female, hold on.
Like, hang on, they get mad and they
want to listen.
So you know what? Hold on. So okay.
That's all
So
people
this
say
is
it
I'm drawing all of this from my experience with my ex-friend, and she used to do this event every year for domestic violence survivors. And I've never been abused, so that's not my story. Well, I take that back. One of my boyfriends hit me, and then I beat his ass and threw him down the stairs, and so he didn't never hit me again.
Hello?
So that was that.
Okay.
But
Didn't hear that.
well, it was some lucky punches. He just got the worst of it.
I was just gonna say, karate
It
or
was just
something
a
like
lucky-
that
We were on the
adrenaline,
front
that's my
porch,
thing.
and he was standing by the stairs, so I got a few lucky
Hello?
swings in. He always talks about my left hook now. He had a bloody nose, busted lip, whatever, and a black eye. And then I pushed him down the stairs. So, so it's just, that's what it was.
Girl power.
But anyway, I have been at these domestic violence events with my girl, and so I hear the story of these women, and like one woman lost her eye because the dude beat her with a hammer. Okay, so there you can say versus getting hit in the face with a hammer. I don't give a fuck what you say to me.
Hello.
Say anything in the world that you want to me. Because once you get done talking, I'm leaving. I'm never gonna see you again.
That's you.
But
though.
if you hit me in the face with a hammer, I might not walk away from that. And if I walk away, I can walk away damaged.
What led to him hitting that woman with the hammer though? Like, was it just did he
You
just roll
said-
out of bed? Hold on, did he
you
just
said I
roll?
didn't say.
Did he just roll out of
You
bed
said I
and wake
didn't
up and say, "I'm gonna
say.
hit this bitch with a
Some
hammer
people
today"?
live. Why you acting
same.
like that's not a
They
thing?
are not
Some men
the
just
same.
wake up and go. One
Does
day
one lead
you might get
to
fired from your
another?
job and come home and
Maybe.
whoop my ass.
Does
'cause
the
you mad.
words lead to the domestic violence?
It don't matter.
Maybe it does.
Don't shake your head.
Because I believe that you gotta listen to everything. So I dated this one guy who was one of my stalkers. And so we were dating.
One of them.
I had 3 stalkers. Y'all gotta get my book. Get my book.
You
The
got
Men
a
of My Life and What I've Learned. You can get it on Amazon. So I've had 3 stalkers, and I'll talk about my stalkers in there. And so the one dude, we started off great. It was really great, right? Everything. He was a football player at that because I like big dudes, right? So
What kind of football player?
he's a
Arena or
professional.
NFL?
Well, at the time I dated, he was arena, but he had been a professional, played for the Cowboys and the Lions and.
So you should have knew better.
How should I have known
See,
better?
you see what I mean?
I'm gonna let you finish, but we're gonna break that down. But you
So-
you ignored the signs, and that's another thing too. Why women end
I
up
didn't
in these
ignore no
situations.
signs because as soon as he started talking shit, I left.
Hello?
And that's what made him stalk. So I met him at the gym, right? I met him at the gym. I'm coming upstairs, getting ready to leave because I used to be a gym rat. I was always in the gym. That's what I did. After my husband was killed,
So
I
you got
just-
them little shorts
I
on.
just. I don't remember what I had on that day, but he was coming down the stairs. I was going up the
I
stairs.
mean, we gotta
so
be 100,
He
right?
didn't know what I had on, really. He just saw. I was cute back then, and I was working out, right?
I would get on the machine longer if I could see a view of a woman
He
working out
didn't,
that
he
I
didn't
like.
see me. He hadn't seen me yet. I was literally, it was my first time
You don't
ever
know
seeing
he's seen
him.
you.
I don't think he'd ever been to the gym before because I was there every morning.
No,
from
I'm saying
7
you
to
don't
9.
know. He might have not seen you. You might have not seen him see you, but he peeped you at some point in time.
He saw me as I was coming up the stairs to leave because at Balance.
Was he behind you?
He was in front of me. He was coming down the stairs.
Okay.
I was coming up. We saw each other. You know, he was big. He said, I like big men. You know, he's big. He said, he's a football player. I didn't know he was a football player. He was just big. I just like big guys. And so, you know, we made eye contact. He smiled. I
What
smiled.
year was this?
Oh, shit.
Was the internet out?
Why you asking me questions, JB?
The internet was not out.
Because she's saying.
Because it's relative.
The internet was
You
not
should've
out.
did your research
This
on it.
was, let's see, Danny.
Seen the difference? She wasn't able to look at his Instagram.
That don't make no difference, JB. That don't make no difference.
I don't know what year was it.
That don't
It
make no
wasn't
difference
internet.
at all. I'm
It-
sure,
so
the
that's
niggas
before
that
2000.
beat. I'm sure the niggas that beat their girlfriends ain't posting videos, Instagram reels of them beating
In
the
the
girls.
2000s, you can get away with different stuff like that. I know you born in
It was
99,
probably-
right?
Yeah.
It was 2000.
It was a different world before you was born, baby. People
It was
made
still
you.
2000.
People made you to the music that these people
It wasn't
complaining about.
2009 yet, but it was 2000. Facebook came
Nobody's
out in
complaining about
2009.
the
It was
music.
before that. And everything else came out after Facebook. So this was pre-2009. Met him at the gym. Everything was going smooth. We
Until
was really enjoying it until. So, like I said, he was playing arena ball, and at the time I was the supervisor at the Bradley Center. So that's where they played the arena ball. And for some reason, he thought that when he got done with the game, I should be done with what I was doing. So I was on the suite level. Those people on the suite level get an extra 2 hours up there. So I wasn't done when he was done. And he would blow up my freaking phone. We had voicemail then, like an answer machine.
I know what an answer machine. I'm only 25. Stop playing.
like we used to have to beat people and then had to wait for them to call us
I'm
back.
aware.
Hey, and sometimes you have to go to a payphone to actually call somebody
They
back.
had payphones.
I hate that for y'all. I really hate that for y'all.
When he was starting-
It's the only thing
When
Pink
he
got
was
is his
talking
iPhone.
I had blocked his
Okay.
phone. I had blocked
Thank
his
you.
number. He would go to a payphone and
Star
call me.
67 used to be able to
I know.
He would go to a payphone and call me. So I stopped messing with him because this was the language for me. So one of the things that you can't be jealous and possessive because that is,
Because of you.
you can't be jealous and possessive
'Cause
over
of-
me.
Right.
Not because of me, but over me. Because I don't cause you to be jealous and possessive.
Why not? Why you don't feel like that?
Because you control your own behaviors.
I agree with that.
Yes, so I'm not making you do a damn thing. You deciding or choose for whatever's going on in your head and heart, you choose to do that.
So I'm not going to disagree with you
I
for
was
that.
working my job and living my life, right? And so then he started blowing up my phone. He would blow up my phone to the phone.
And it took a lot to blow up the
He
phone.
would-
You had to physically call.
He would
There
fill
was not a read down.
He would fill up my voicemail where nobody else could leave me a voicemail because he didn't want nobody else to call.
This is an answering machine with a little tape in it.
And so, you know, all of that kind of stuff, who you with. So one of the things that I don't allow, if you're not paying none of the bills, you can't ask me questions about it. So when he asking me who calling me and why I didn't answer the phone, nigga, you not paying my phone bill, you don't get to ask me them questions.
So that was your only straw? Y'all never even got a chance to cross the threshold?
What's the threshold?
Did he hit?
Oh, we had plenty of that. No, of course.
That's why he was acting crazy. That's why he was going on.
We had plenty of that. That was the vibe.
That's why he's
so.
Are you ready for me to unpack this for you?
So once I
Don't say Coochie made him crazy, because that's
when I stopped dealing with him, that was one thing. So he, after all of that stuff, listen.
So give me an example of his stalking.
He showed up at my church.
When you believe in Jesus.
Yes, I used to go to church. He showed up at my church, girl. I had my kids with me. This is not funny.
Yeah.
He showed up at my church. My kids.
So you never invited him to church before?
No, he knew what church I went to though, because I went to church all the
But
time.
you never invited
I never invited him to church with me, but he knew what church I went to. He showed up at my church, came and sat. Don't forget he's a football player. Came and sat in the pew next to me and held my hand and said, if I did anything, he was gonna act a fool.
What?
My kids are sitting next to me.
I would have challenged that nigga in church.
Oh hell no, no,
Do it in front of God, then, nigga. What's up, Jesus? Where you at now?
not with my kids sitting next to me. You know, he would come and sit out in front of my house. You know, and just watch, just all kind of crazy shit he did. So, but the thing was, when he started asking me questions,
Okay,
about
I feel like you're missing a step.
where I was going.
What? You missing a step? So. Y'all was cool and having a lot of sex, and then he just went to stalking you.
Then he
Where was the gap in between?
Where I was going, who was calling me, why I wasn't home when he expected me to be home, all of that kind of stuff. And you
Were you guys the same age?
Oh, were we the same age? I can't remember.
Cause you was a mother.
Yes, of 2.
Okay.
And he had been married 3 times.
Okay. So you guys have been well off into the world by then at that point, right?
We were both in our 30s, I believe.
Okay.
Come on.
So once again, what happened from the point where it was all good to the point where you wasn't giving him that time and attention where he felt like he needed
The jealousy and possessiveness showed up. And so for me, that's a no. Once you try and control me, and I'm not allowed to choose you, you are choosing you for me at that point. Like I have no
Were you guys exclusive at that time?
Not really.
Was that a known thing that you guys weren't exclusive?
We had agreed. We hadn't had a conversation that we were exclusive. I wasn't seeing nobody else. I don't think he was seeing nobody else because he was too
Of course, he
obsessed
had
with
no
whatever
time, yeah.
I was doing, you know. But we had not had a conversation because to me it takes a conversation. I know men always talk about how women assume relationships, but that's not me because I know that love is not sex and sex is not love. That's what my daddy told me, right? So we were enjoying it. And then he became jealous and possessive. And then I said, this is not gonna work for me because you blowing up my phone, you filling up my voicemail where can't nobody else call.
So he did all this on his own initiative and on accord, right? There was nothing that you can say that you can pinpoint that you were responsible for sparking that type of reaction.
This happens? See, men want to make it the woman's fault.
The woman's fault.
I didn't make it. No.
You keep
No.
asking what happened. What happened?
Okay,
He
so
did
what
he just
happened?
wake up crazy?
Come on.
Yes.
I don't know. I'm trying to figure it
No,
out.
there was
So
nothing that
Niggas
I
are just insane. That's it.
I asked that. I said, did he wake up like this? Because
He woke up like that.
men
He started asking me shit.
men are logical.
Insane. Not
Men-
always.
Men critical think.
Men are no.
Men-
they don't.
men use
That's
facts.
some bullshit. Some men do, and some women
A stalker
do.
is
But
mentally-
all
it's
men
something wrong.
are not logical. A lot of men are very emotional.
You don't.
And
Do
they
you
lead with
not
their
know what a
emotions.
real stalker is? Like
You
a
don't
real
date
life,
men.
like real life,
I'm
dead ass
resourceful
stalker.
too.
Like
I'm good with the
Yes, sir.
computers and everything.
Excuse me, sir.
You're
Do you
sick.
date men?
Never dated a man in
So
my
you
life.
don't know all men. I date men. I've dated
Oh,
quite a
hello.
few men. So I'm telling
I
you,
am a man, though.
You one
But
man.
you ain't dated one.
And there are other men that are totally different from you because there's other men that like wedges.
And
Okay.
they liquid.
So
She not letting that go.
So
And they got diabetes too.
there are some men that have diabetes, but not all men that like wedges have diabetes. So what I'm telling you is,
I guarantee all men that got diabetes like wedges.
I don't know that, and you don't either. You don't. So that's
What
the
they say,
thing.
chat? Let us know. Give us a 1. Put a 1 in the chat if you a man with diabetes that like wedges.
You do know you can be born with diabetes, right? You don't gotta be 60 with diabetes.
Hey.
You can be born with it.
You can make poor food choices to get diabetes too.
So fat people don't like wedges, or big fat
So
people
what
like
I'm
wedges.
telling
No, they do. That's comfortable for
I hope
them.
whoever you decide to stalk, you show up and they got wedges.
And
on.
obsessive. And obsessive.
No, I hope a bitch with that loves wedges starts stalking you. That's what I.
If I'm stalking somebody with wedges, that means I'm doing other drugs.
An obsessive disorder has nothing to do with the other person. Everybody is responsible for their own actions and behavior.
So you special enough to have 3 people feel that crazy about you?
I'm not special enough. It has nothing to do with me. It's about those.
I've never
people.
been special. I never felt the woman were special enough for me to do that. So I'm saying for you to feel that you have 3 men to be special to do that for
That
you.
does
I feel
not make
like
me feel special.
I've had women stalkers before.
Okay.
Did that make you feel
How does
special?
that work out?
It's annoying, but as a man, I guess your threat is different. But I mean, I've had a stalker get to the point where she busted my front living room window out.
Wow. Okay, our audience wants to ask questions before we run out of time.
Let's go.
Okay, so I just want you to know that stalkers have nothing to do with the other person. It's really about themselves.
they're insane.
You in control of your own behavior.
It takes 2 people for everything.
No,
It takes 2 people for
It
everything.
takes your
Nobody's
mental
gonna stalk
state of
me.
mind. Those people were crazy. Some of the things that.
So
I had a stalker that I had never even kissed before. I went on 3 dates with the dude. Now, should I say, oh, my game is just that tough?
He was
But
Myron
no,
off Players
he was
Club.
You said what?
They literally make up
You
their
remember
own
Myron? You
delusions
still
in their
remember
head.
Players Club? Remember,
They make up their
remember
own
Myron
shit.
when he said, I spent a lot of money. He came and stopped that girl at the hospital.
He went on 3 dates.
I'm
He
just
spent
saying,
a lot of
you
money.
that's what you know what I'm talking about.
And then he was parked in front of my house.
Criminal
Oh, that car
minds.
parked too close to you. And he lived in the south suburbs of Chicago, and I lived in the city. So it has nothing to do with the person who is being
Pick the
stalked.
right one that wanted to be about
These
you.
are, he was not trying to be about me, he was crazy. There are crazy people. Do you know there are people with mental health issues? Do you know that? It has nothing to do with the other person. Stalking is a mental health issue. It's an obsession disorder. They become obsessed with shit.
I want to be that way about somebody.
You
Oh
don't.
my God.
You want to be in
Let's
love
have the
so
audience
bad
ask
and don't
the
want to
question.
be in love.
Okay, the audience is gonna ask
Why?
questions. Go ahead.
Yes,
Why I can't want what I want?
Okay, audience, come
For
on.
myself.
Audience. It ain't you being stalked.
My question is it the same accountability for a woman to stalk just as well as a man? Should it be taken the same way? Like, is it excessive if a woman does it versus is it excessive as a man does it?
Yes.
Is it the same
Stalking
level?
is not a joke.
Is it the same level? Could it be viewed as the same?
So
level?
for me, I think that men take stalking less serious. My ex, the last guy.
Men take women that stalk them less serious, or men stalk less seriously?
Because
They
so
take it less
okay,
seriously.
I like big guys. So my ex was 6'6", he was like 295. His
say
ex
something to that.
stalked him. So when we got together, he was having a stalking situation. And I was understanding of it only because I had been through 3 stalking situations. So I understand that you do not have to encourage these people in any way for them to keep doing the shit.
You didn't
You
encourage
can
them.
tell them, I don't want to be with you, and you can you cannot take their calls, you cannot see them, and they will still park in front of your house. They will still blow you. You have to block them and do everything in order to, and you still can't stop him. So he was going through a stalking situation, but he's 6'6" and 295.
But do you tell
She's
your
a little
girlfriends
chick.
that?
That's what you like, though.
Do you tell your friends that? Like, if your friend is excessively stalking a man, do you tell her, girl, you going too far?
I don't actually have any friends that have stalked a man.
Hello. My friends don't go crazy about these niggas. Shout out Trent.
Just trying to know experience. I've been stalked by a woman. I had a woman have her brother shoot my car up.
Woo.
And that was crazy, wasn't it?
No, I killed him.
But she gotta get a man.
Like, alright, we is on we is on live.
He made he killed them like in a sense where he killed his emotion, like he is physically like.
I have clear me. But my thing is this: why is it the same when a woman do it to a man?
It is the same.
So,
I don't play about none of that. A person who, well, because usually men take it as like imagine a little girl, a 5 foot, 100-pound girl stalking you. You gonna look at her like, what the fuck this bitch gonna do to me?
And that's like my ex. I watched that.
Listen,
they might
I'm
not
more
they don't
scared of
take it
that.
serious, but I'm saying I think it's the same. I don't play that.
I'm gonna tell you why I'm more scared
People
of
are
that.
creepy.
Because you don't know where they're gonna go.
You don't know what they gonna do. They literally find out your whole schedule. They know when you wake up, when you pee, when you take a shit, when you eat. Like they know everything you do. They literally watching you all day, all the time. I think that's weird, regardless if it's a man to a woman or.
So let me tell you. So my guy, the chick, his ex was stalking him. So the first time I spent the night in his house, we get up to go to breakfast the next morning. She's sitting out there in the driveway. So I don't know shit, right? I walk out, get in the car, the chick is out there. So if it were the reverse, if we had got up and my ex was out there, the football player, that would have been a real issue, okay? Because again, I like dominant men, big dominant men, you know, whatever. It's like a recipe for disaster. But anyway, when she was sitting out there, and she's like, I knew you were seeing somebody else. He walked over to the car, he's like, so he made her leave. He could make her leave. I couldn't go out there to my football stalker and just tell him to leave. That was never gonna work. Matter of fact, I kept a locked door between me and him at all times because there could have been, what did we just say? Words versus physical?
Exactly.
Because there could have been some physical shit. See, she had some words to say and she kept showing up places or whatever.
I beg to differ.
But it didn't hurt nobody because he handled that. He could handle her. On the other side, I could not handle Danny. Just like the dude that kidnapped me. Well, he just kind of outsmarted me on that one. But
Crazy over you.
He outsmarted you.
I kept it.
I feel some kind of way.
It's like a scary
I
movie.
too, and it ain't fun. It's a
See,
scary
I made it different because I kept this from a start. I kept this bullet from the start.
Wow. And so the stalker shot you, or did the
She
brother
had
shot you?
somebody else shoot me.
She had the man come.
But it don't even matter though.
She brought the man.
She was the
in.
one that initiated it.
She
They didn't do
initiated,
nothing
but
to
you
it.
True. That's why I said I take it the same way. I like it's the same.
I'm talking about
Crazy.
the danger
And
between.
they ain't gotta shoot
I
you.
feel
They'll
bad
drug
with
your
this
food. They'll put something in your car, make your car blow up. Like it's like anything. Like it don't matter.
DA Chisholm cleared me.
Yeah,
I'm talking
alright.
about it.
Oh, we don't
Ain't
take
no
it.
I got the paperwork at the house.
I have to pipe you down
Don't
for
give
we
no
leave
chance,
here.
but-
Okay, I got another question.
Go ahead.
Okay, about the physical abuse and I guess verbal abuse, them not being one and the same. What if verbal abuse causes someone to actually go and do something physically to themselves? Is it still accountability on the woman's end that words can hurt just as bad as physical abuse?
So you saying to me, you have to understand my thought process. I truly, honestly believe that we are all responsible for our own behavior. You ain't a damn thing you can say to me to make me go and do some shit to myself. I might be sad about it or whatever, but I'm responsible for my behavior. If what you say, that's just like we were talking about earlier, how people, if you are looking for affirmation or for someone outside of you to build you up, see the thing about life, and I'm speaking from where I sit, okay, the thing about life is you gotta be solid with yourself. You have to know who you are and you gotta love yourself. And you gotta know that even if you ain't got no other motherfucker around you, period, you still got you and you can still move forward in this life. Because that's the only thing that's guaranteed is you. It ain't nothing nobody can say to me that's gonna make me go hurt myself. I might be sad.
What if it puts you in a situation where you allow yourself to get hurt? Like saying you go around some people you don't normally be around. You get in the car with them and they normally get into the shit that they get into and it causes you to get
So again, and so life is a journey.
I was gonna say something to
This
that
is a
effect.
whole journey. This is a whole journey. So where you are and where I am, I've probably been through all of those things. I probably got in cars. I was kidnapped. And I got in the car. Like I said, he out.
So say kidnap. Did the person like put a bandana on you and say, "Bitch, get in the car"?
No. So this happened. So this is how this happened. And
So
now,
you was finesse.
So now I think that he set it all up.
You
But
was finesse.
At the time, I didn't think so. So
You know what finesse mean?
Yeah, I know what's finesse.
I mean, we
Anyway,
say some different
listen, I'm
things.
trying to tell you the story so you can understand.
I'm trying to.
So I was dating my supervisor at my job. He was fine.
Why is that funny?
Cause she set herself up. Listen to her. Let's listen to her. She would tell herself.
I'm supposed to know he gonna kidnap me because he my supervisor?
I'm dating. I'm single. I'm not in a relationship with him, right? I'm dating. I was dating a supervisor at my job. All the women loved him. He was, all built and fine and stuff, but they called him a brick house, right? I told you this story before. So anyway, I'm dating. I was dating him. I was dating other people too, right? Because this is when I met my husband as well. So I was dating all of these people, right? Because I'm in Atlanta. And more houses over there. And this is my first time being single. Because remember, I told you I've been in a relationship since I was 15. Right? For the street. So now I'm finally single for the first time in my life.
Fresh out in the game.
I'm finally single since 15.
So were you in college in Atlanta?
No, I was working. I had a good job too.
So you left Milwaukee and went to Atlanta to work?
Yep, sure did.
In the early 90s?
No, it actually was 88. But you were probably born.
No, I was 7.
You was 7, okay, all right. So anyway, meet him, and then I met my husband, okay? And so, like I said, when we were having a conversation earlier, so what happens is the cream rises to the top. Not that he wasn't good, he was a good dude, I thought at the time. So anyway, start dating my husband, stopped dating him as much. And so that was an issue because of his ego, because he was this fine built dude with a good job and all that kind of stuff. So there was no way that I shouldn't be crazy over him like all the other women were, right? But that he didn't know what he was up against because my husband was there. So then one day I come out of work.
So you dating your supervisor while you were with your husband?
No, I didn't know he was my husband yet.
She was dating.
I just met him. I didn't know he was my husband yet. I was dating him and other people too.
We already had this discussion. What you shake your head for?
So
I told you she was gonna set herself up. But
I get off work and I go out to my car, and my car does not start. Right? My car don't start, and so I'm out there.
So back then, when you screwed your little cap,
no,
took the.
You gotta let me finish.
Okay.
So the car don't start, and so I can't remember if I called. I can't remember if I called anybody or not, because we didn't have we did have cell phones. We had pagers back then.
Cell phones.
So I probably paid somebody. But in the interim of waiting for that call back that you was talking about, he comes out and he says, he could take me home and then I could just do whatever and come back and get my car. That's how I got in the car, and that's where everything went awry.
So he was the one that set your car up to pick you up?
I have no idea if he actually did it, but at this point in life, I think he did do it. But I don't know how he would have got under my hood. But that's how that whole situation happened.
In the 80s, it wasn't that hard.
I mean, we had to open my hood.
Remember, we didn't have a lot of the buttons that we had back then in cars. And even though you was well off, you still could pop a hood, little to no reason, in the 80s with those cars where it was made, Queenie.
Okay, so.
And also the hoods was bigger, so it was easier for you to just go right up under there and push it and pop it right up.
Okay, well, I didn't know all of that. Because I'm not a car person.
I'm giving you game.
I drive it. Well, it's too late now. We've already been through this. But I'm
Everything
saying,
is still
that's how it
learning.
happened. And so at this point in life, I think he may have done some of what you said. But there was nothing that I did to make him do what he did.
I want that.
Go ahead.
I want that.
You don't want that.
Yes, I do.
No, that's bad.
I want to be crazy about one woman so bad that where I just want to breathe
That's so
and
sweet. He really
be in
just
her
wanna be in
skin.
love, y'all. He want to be
I've been in love a million times, and I can love multiple people.
You ain't been in love if you ain't with him, mama.
No, people, listen.
craziness.
Everybody
I've
is not
had
meant to
some
ride on the train with you forever.
So you want to get on a crazy train, or you want to get on a love train?
He don't want to get married.
I want to be passionate enough about a woman to where I feel like that's where I want.
You don't want to lose her.
Oh, you want to
I
you
don't
want to
care
be
about
in love.
See? Did you see what he don't care about that?
Care about losing somebody?
You don't want to get married.
If I had to care about losing somebody, that means I would have the full control over decisions that I don't have no control over. So I can't be concerned about that.
Well, that's what stalkers are concerned about, though. They
I
refuse to lose you, even though they've lost you.
Never had you all the
That's
time.
not jealousy.
They may have had you in the
I may not even have the person I want to stalk.
Yeah.
right? Don't celebrities get stalked by people they never met before?
Yeah, they do. They do.
I want her though, like.
Yeah,
like an R&B video.
That's
you know, reach for the airport, like.
That's craziness. And
Crying
but then that
over.
leads you to not really. So whenever I meet a guy now,
You ask for a social security
that
number?
follows you through life. I don't ride with people. That's one of the last things. I don't ride with people. You are not coming. You know how men think it's all gentlemanly to come pick you up for the date. You ain't coming to pick me up. You ain't gonna know where I live. I'm gonna have to really be comfortable. It's gonna be some time.
And nobody's taking that away from you, because at the end of the day, the first human function in nature is self-preservation,
Absolutely.
right? So you got to protect yourself and protect your peace by any means. However you do that, or whatever that looks like, could be very organic, right? Depending on who you are, how you move, what your needs are, and the environment that you're in, right? For me, for example, I tend to work late at night. So there's a certain group of people that if you're not with me when I was out kicking it or hadn't talked to me before I was out, you can't just call me and text me at 4 in the morning. Even though people know that I be up and late like that, to me, I feel like that's a level of disrespect. Like,
I wish somebody would text me at 4 o'clock in the morning.
but I'm up now. For me, it's not disrespectful for you to contact me while I was up at 4 in the morning. But for me, if you know that I was out and you didn't come out to support me or like show up at my spot and then try to holler at me about that, that's how bougie I am.
She can call me at 4 in the morning. That's fine. But if a dude calls me at 4 in the morning, then I'm assuming when I see his name pop up, I'm like, what the hell is he calling? First of all, I'm probably asleep. And I probably
That's
won't
your
never
life
see
though.
him.
Usually I'm getting off work at 3 in the morning sometimes, or you know what I'm saying, if I'm working in the bar or club.
So what if the girl getting off work at 3 in the morning too, and she just calling and see
What girl is getting off at 3 in the morning?
women that work 3 to 3 at a hospital.
A bartender, my youngest daughter.
Okay, if she work at a hospital, I'm aware of that, and then I'm already knowing that, right? But if you a chick that's been out and about and been kicking and already been in the streets, why wouldn't you hit me at 8 or 9 o'clock when you was already out and about and give me the opportunity to kick it with you or hang out with you or know what's going on?
Maybe I was busy.
Okay, cool.
If she's a bartender, she get off at 3 or 4 in the morning.
I would know that,
She
right?
working.
I would know that.
She can't call you at 8 because she working.
But I would know that if you're a bartender. I'm not finna just give you my number and then you just automatically call me and be like, oh, I just got to work as a bartender. I'm not gonna
No,
give
maybe
you my number.
you met her in a whole different setup. You could have met her at the grocery store.
You're not gonna get my number and we don't have that exchange and me not knowing what's going on with you for us to at least have that level of understanding. You just can't call me randomly unless you 4 in the morning, you only buying drugs or trying to get sex.
That's how I feel. Well, not the drugs part. They call the wrong person for drugs, but that's how I feel. If I see a dude
I mean, usually
calling
drugs
at
and
4
sex
in
go
the
together
morning,
and late nights. All those things can go together.
I mean, maybe a little THC.
Me and my bed.
Matter of fact, I should have been real bad. But yeah, no, not the drugs, but the sex. And so that is disrespectful. I feel that's disrespectful too. You call me at 4 o'clock in the morning, I'm not gonna answer your call unless you my man.
Shit, I'm not.
Or if I'm expecting you, or like if we on that same level. But like I say, most people know, and if you've been dealing with me, like, man, holla at me. That goes back to my support of what I want in the companion. Don't contact me at the end of the night if you ain't contact me at the beginning of the night. If you out and about and I'm working, at least, all right, slide by me or show some love, share the flyer or something. It's free to support your DJ friends. It's free to support your DJ friends.
So you are a DJ friend now?
I hope I am. So maybe I know this beautiful facility that we not to get a chance to see here that's gonna be popping in 2025. I can't wait to be a part of some of these future amazing events here that you guys been doing.
Oh, we're gonna do some amazing events if I have anything to do with it. Paige, did you get to answer this question?
Yeah, I did.
You did? Okay. Everybody get to answer this question?
Yes.
Did everybody get to ask their questions?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, well, I think that we are about to wrap it on up. Thank you for tuning in to Let's Talk About It with Xavier Fox. We had a good time and a bunch of drinks.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope you had a good time and a bunch of drinks. So you got anything to say to them, co-host Paige?
Thank you for tuning in, and thank you to all of our wonderful guests that we had tonight. And JB brought the questions and the conversation and kept us hyped. So we appreciate you, +1.
Thank you.
It was a good time. So make sure that you tune in next month on our what's next month? October? Yes. So the third,
Next week is October.
So on the third Saturday of every month, we film live in Chicago. We do relationships, a man point of view. We do relationships with a marriage counselor, and we do Gina Lamar Raw, and she talks about sex. So you definitely want to tune in the third Saturday of every month. And then the fourth Friday, we'll be right back here with Girl Talk. We won't have no +1. We just going solo. It's the girls that night. So make sure you tune in next month. Until then, stay safe and be prosperous, and we're out. Thank you guys. Woo! Thank y'all.
Oh, thank you.
How about a channel dedicated to black authors? How about a channel?
See, that's
to black authors.
Right now. You don't want to be a stalker.
I told you I want that.
Whatever.
Turn me.
Get it off the set.
Put it in here.
Ruben.
Let's not forget about
All right, thank you so much.
And let's not forget about black
girl.
And we can't forget about black
Let me take off.
This is
Producer,
exciting.
was it cool? Was I good? Good questions?
Great, man. The questions you brought the heat.
What
Kept
about
the
original
conversations
content?
going. It was an amazing.
But let's do it at y'all spot.
SplorersTV.com.
Wait a minute. It has to stream
I
on
know you
Apple
got
TV,
the space
Apple
and
TV,
facility for it. Ain't where you rap to.
and Amazon Fire TV. And Amazon TV.
I like that. But let's make it free for you.
A travel blog would be really nice.
See you later, Becca. Thank you. Thank you.
What about original
Thank you
content?
for bringing the chicken.
A black
Thank
children's
you.
TV. This is exciting. What should we call it?
SplorersTV.com.
ExplorersTV.com. It has to tell us what to do in Black America. Where to go and what to do in Black America.
X, what do you need help with? Before I'm ready to go.
How many channels is
I'll
that?
probably be breaking down that
ExploreUsTV.com.
I like that. But let's make it free for you.
Let's make it free.
For a whole
And let's make it free for a whole year.